We're
Aren't we
all
all?
nerds.
No, no, I'm not
We
gonna
are.
come over. You come over.
We're also all queer as
No,
fuck, which is beautiful. And so, for our first game of this wonderful Pride Month, I would like to say welcome to all of us, beautiful, wonderful people. I'm glad we are here. I'm glad we are alive. I'm glad none of us are currently being genocided. Andrew excluded, perhaps. Fuck Putin, and may Drew return to us whenever he is able to. Hello and welcome to Dice Fables, everybody. This is session 32 of our Curse of Strahd adventure. I am your dungeon master for this evening, for some of you, this afternoon, for those of us in the brighter, colder side of the world. Um, let's jump right into it. Joining us today, we have Mia playing a questionable amount of PCs. We have a a reborn Rory, that rambunctious rapscallion, and we have Celina Marley, the, I never memorized it, mysterious and myopic master of the arcane. We have Riley playing our miraculous menagerie Volk Moonchild. We have Habiki is next, playing Toatl, our placid and pragmatic preacher of the lost. We have Matt playing Redmond Gill, our host of the Legion of the Lost. And finally, we have Astora playing our resident good drow, Diana Lothryn, Maiden of Elistray. So, you have found yourselves in the eponymous Castle Ravenloft of this Ravenloft domain adventure. Why don't you tell me what happened last time and how you have gotten into this particular predicament you find yourselves in?
Yeah,
We had dinner.
so
It was lovely.
we called the chariot to take us to Castle Ravenloft, and on the way, running over several bodies, I'll say, um,
The evil people
several
of
masters.
Marley.
Yeah.
Clearly, all bad people.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
they all deserve that.
they all deserved it.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, when we arrived, we approached the front gate. Volk went up to scout, see if they could see Irina, but they were unable to do so. But they were spotted by someone else. Um, we went into the castle. We were greeted by Rahadin, who told us some stuff um about what was going to happen, what was expected of us. Um, told Diana that he wanted her to help him commit elf genocide. So that was fun.
Liberation. Elf liberation.
Liberation, genocidal liberation.
Liberate them from
And yeah,
themselves.
we had dinner with Strahd. Um, there were very many unfruitful conversations had. Strahd just basically said, "No, my happiness matters over Irina's. She will come to love me eventually. Yada yada. I'm ancient. I'm the land. Um,
Yeah, men stuff.
just guy stuff.
Just guy stuff.
Yeah. Then he basically said we are free to roam the castle as we wish until we leave, and we went on our way. We went upstairs to meet I forgot his name, but he was an
Leaf.
accountant.
Yes.
Leaf the accountant, who we traded some magic items to in exchange for the location of the Skull of Argynvost and Irina.
And you
Oh,
got a
yeah,
rough outline of the floor plan of Ravenloft,
yeah,
which revealed some secret entrances.
oh yeah, yeah, and then we went down a main corridor into sort of like a church area where we saw a silver statuette, and upon Red going to touch it, was assaulted by evil Rory. And after nearly killing her and her getting back up, um, she had a heartfelt moment with real Rory, who came to pose playstate her. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah, right. Those don't exist anymore.
And the two
Tiny.
Rorys had heart to heart. They talked about their pain and their trauma and about how important it is to embrace every part of you, no matter how much you don't like it. You gotta hug the cactus, as it were. And so she did. And she arose one Rory with the body she was always meant to have from her beloved god.
I feel like that's happened
Yeah.
quite a few
Tiny.
times before.
A couple times.
It's the 16th of the size. She's
Yeah.
only like 10 centimeters tall now.
Dinah just steps on her.
You will never catch me! Just flies away. Sounds like a little buzzing insect. Do you want to adjust the size and make it so that this is the standard size for the token? I would highly appreciate it.
I can make it a standard size for the token, yes. Where is Rory's character sheet? There is
Which
Rory's
one?
character sheet. The one with the right profile picture.
There is 3 different ones.
Yes. I think this is the right one.
The red one has a square picture.
Yes, delete this token. Select the new token of the proper size. You select a token. Boom. All yours.
Let's test. Nope.
Hmm.
Might have to reload.
That is the right character sheet. So it should work.
Maybe you have to click on the token, and there is a little field on top left if you go into the settings of the token, which says this token represents.
Ah, there we go. That's why.
We have to do that and then. put
Rory,
it back in
Rory,
there.
Rory, Rory, Rory.
That is a
Rory,
new
Rory.
thing. You didn't have to do it before. Before it was just automatically if you selected it as a token for the sheet, and for some reason they don't do it anymore like that. And I don't get it.
Save settings.
Oh, no,
Reopen
can you
Rory's character
remove
sheet.
the name tag though. That
Oh,
name
yep.
tag is
It's too big.
enormous.
Well, these maps are enormous, so I have minimized them to the point where the words are
Yeah.
too big.
That's still small.
Remove.
I think it's not typed yet.
You select
There's
a
another
token
tiny
as default.
thing.
That's another little Rory. So many little Rorys. You can't escape them. There are Rorys everywhere.
Hello.
Rorys in your dreams.
The Rorys.
Rorys in your sleep.
Swarm of Rorys.
A swarm of Rorys.
A friend of mine is here, so that's why you got the camera action there. It still doesn't do it. I am confused. I will reload the
Why?
page because for some reason when you saved it, when I was selecting the token, it got really messy.
Oh yeah, I'm chugging over here. Why, Roll20? Why?
Roll20 is a good thing.
It's a
without
great
any flaw.
platform with no flaws.
Totally no flaws.
Nope, they're still small. It might actually be because they are on this map. Maybe you have to go on a map that does have the 1-to-1 scale instead of the like 1-to-8 or whatever this is.
It's a
Can do
quarter,
it later.
actually. It's 0.25 because the maps are so freaking big. Come on. My Roll20 is loading. So yes, Rory is before you. You can feel free to roleplay that as you wish. Beyond that, other things in this area, there was a corpse of a figure all dressed all in black with a black mace at his side who was reaching for a little silver icon on top of the altar. The altar is stained with black and is in a pillar of light coming in from the window beyond. Yeah, Roll20 is just completely dead on my end. Additionally, there's a balcony up above, but beyond that, you haven't really explored the room too much.
I mean, my thinking was that the Rorys went on top of the balcony last time.
Yeah, Rory was on the bell.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rory and Volk are on the balcony.
yeah. So you know there's a balcony up there. You know that there's an altar with a little icon on it. You know there's a corpse at the altar with a creepy black mace next to him. Yeah, and you haven't explored much beyond that. Okay, Roll20 is finally loaded.
Hey.
How is the
Yay.
Rory token? Is it behaving properly?
I think if I drag it onto the thing, it's still tiny. Yeah. I think it is because it is on the scaled map. And you would have to do the token setup on another thing.
This is right size.
It is now. Oh, well.
Nope. If I drag it like that, it still isn't, but let me... Oh my god. I'm guessing if I drag it with the picture. Nope. How did you manage to get the right
I
token?
don't know.
I'm pretty sure you have to go on the neutral page where it is not scaled in any way, and then put the token in there, and then select it as a token after you selected it as a token for that.
Okay. I will do that. But while I do that,
You can do it from downtime. It's fine.
yes, please do begin entertaining me. Slash
I
yourself.
highly recommend having a separate page with all kinds of tokens, including player tokens. It helped me a lot.
I have done that in the past. I did not do that this time because it was supposed to work out of the box. I have since learned that that is incorrect. I don't know if
Yeah,
it
out
was
of the box
necessarily worth
experience.
the like $40 I paid for this kit, but how about now?
Who knows? Anyway,
So we heard everything that happened with Rory last session, right? And
Yep.
she was talking to her duplicate.
You would have, yes.
Okay.
oh, it's the right size now. Cool. Thank you.
Diana is gonna try again to scramble up the wall, see if she can get to where Rory is.
You absolutely can. You are up on the balcony, which is over on this map. Yep.
Would I need to make like an athletics check or anything like last time?
I don't think you're in a rush this time. And
She's definitely in a rush.
oh, she's definitely in a rush. Yeah, why don't you make a
Yeah.
check for me then?
Oh no.
Okay.
Let's see this.
Oh no.
14.
Yeah, you're okay. You've done this before at this point. Well, Redmond threw you last time.
Yeah.
A 14 is enough that you can get up there. You would get up there about the time that Rory stands up, and there's only one Rory up there.
Okay.
And then is
Diana-
subsequently tackled by a cat.
Yes.
No. As she like as she sort of like crests the rail or the handguard on the balcony, she's got her swords in hand, and she looks at Rory, sees she's different again, and it's just like she says to her, she sighs and says, "Is it finally going to be different?"
I'm just sorry I didn't catch that quite.
Is it finally going to be different?
We would think so. Yes.
Okay, Dana looks to the light like streaming through the it's a stained glass window, right?
Yeah, so it is almost entirely boarded up. But there would have at one point been a large two-story stained glass window on the far wall in this chapel.
Yeah, she looks at like the light streaming through cracks and just says I can give you one more. And I'm gonna start climbing back down.
All right. Since you won't be rushing this time, you don't have to roll for it.
Mm-hmm. Rory is gonna
No.
cat first.
A cat with
Volk is
wings.
gonna get a lot of harks and petty. As many as they want, which will be basically an unlimited amount. Then, at some point, Rory will look over the balcony. So you guys came. I didn't think you would, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we're here to rescue Irina. Do a couple other things.
Okay, so Diana heads over to the windows and begins tugging them off. Can I just get a athletics check from you, Diana, just to see how well you do?
Yeah.
If you have a crowbar or anything from your starter kit, oh, you're fine.
Can I be the crowbar?
Can you be the crowbar? Yes, Diana can pick up Redmond and use him as a bottle opener to pop off these boards. You begin popping them off, and you begin revealing the stained window beyond. You see a picture of a familiar saint, Saint Markovia. She is between two gods. on the one hand side, there is a very large black figure with raven's wings stretching out from behind her and a white expressionless mask over her face. On the right hand side of this picture is another familiar deity to you, the Prince of Sunlight and the Dawn himself, with his glowing face and features and his beautiful resplendent golden armor. Saint Markovia seems to be, what's the word, interceding between the two of them. She is bringing communications between the two. If you've ever seen the old like Renaissance tapestries of which is the knight that gets the Grail? Oh no, I don't remember.
It's
So Galahad.
Thank you, Galahad, the Chaste. You see, Saint Markovia is bringing a cup between the two deities that are on opposing sides of this window. And beyond, you can see now that the boards have all pulled off, you can see through the mists in the distance, you can see the sun setting into evening and streaming directly through the window onto the altar. It would be a beautiful sight. Well, filtered through the sky, the overcast sky.
Mm.
But yes. Were you not in the hell weather of Barovia, this would be an incredibly
Yeah.
beautiful stained glass window with the evening sun shining directly through this portrait.
Whilst you guys are having your talk with Rory, I'm just going to sit on the altar and watch whatever the sunset I can see through the clouds.
You can do that.
I'll look at Rory and say, like a just a gaze, firm gaze, and the red still central bit. And say, good to have you back with us.
Is Matt really quiet for you guys?
He was
Yeah,
very quiet.
your mic is pretty
Oh
quiet.
my goodness! Oh yeah, sorry, I'm getting a new mic, so it's still just a bit jarring. I'll do just a with a gaze, and red is still a little bit dim. And he says, "Good to have you back." And there's in some notable joy in his words.
It is good to be back. I think the both of us need to apologize to you, though. You've backstabbed us twice. It is
Hey,
remarkable.
Red will try and stop you. I say, no apologies for this. I'm glad to not whatever this is.
I'm going to put you
Besides
on
this,
200% because I can't understand you.
Please do. I'm like right in front of the microphone right now. I have no idea what's going on there.
Try like jiggling the wire, maybe? It might be a faulty connection.
How about now?
It's the same, I think.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I can hear you
I
all right,
can-
but I'm deaf and so my volume's at full.
Yeah, I turned you up and everyone down. Yeah, it should be fine for just today.
So, Rory, are you going to let Redmond rebuff your apology, or are you going to insist?
Well, first of all, I would get down from the balcony, which I was
Yeah.
saying always make it a bit awkward. Yeah, it's just.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Hello? Oh,
No, it's only static.
now we just have static.
The last one came through.
Oh no.
Nope, static.
No,
Is Matt speaking and it's only coming out as static? Or
I
Is that-
guess so, yeah.
That's a Doctor Who plot, if I've ever heard one. I have no mouth, but I'm a static.
we'll call this session technical difficulties.
Well, that was last session.
That was
Oh,
2
shoot.
sessions ago, the one that we skipped, you know.
Alright. Well, there's sound
no
coming
mic,
into
but I'm a
Discord, but
green.
we cannot hear you. But your portrait is turning green. Static again.
This could be static, this could just be a very drawn out F for a very
it's true.
imposing fuck.
I regret telling him to jiggle the wire.
Pain.
You
Okay.
murdered the PC. You murdered Matt's mic.
Magic.
While Matt is figuring this out, okay, Matt will do it in chat then. Matt has Redmond say, "Oh, can I do a British accent? I just want to say, good to have you back. Please." No, that's Irish. That's
That's
completely
Irish.
different.
Yes,
I just want to say, good to have you back. Please stay a while.
if you would have us, we'd be more than enough to stay.
I've always
I
like,
do insist on you accepting the apology, though. And I just hold out my arms in a warm and welcoming hug. And I guess we have to wait for Matt.
Yeah.
does Rory say that now?
I think we talked about that Rory's figuring it out. They haven't settled on anything yet, but at the moment we seems appropriate because they were two and now they are one.
Yeah, it is a different thing from last. It is not the thing that got retconned. It is very much actually two people currently sharing a body, having to try to figure out how to deal with this.
It's an externalization of an internal struggle. Well,
Matt, he's dead.
yeah.
I was like, hey, your mic sucks. And I was like, oh no.
While we mate for wet. That's not right. What were you gonna say, Astor?
If I touch the thing, is anything gonna happen?
I was actually
Maybe
about
that?
to have you roll. You can absolutely examine the icon. You can reach out and touch it. I would like you to make a perception check as you do so,
Okay.
or investigation. What is the intention of your touching of the icon? I should say.
Just like holding it in my hands, like looking at it whilst I contemplate things, I suppose.
Okay, so just like ruminating on
So-
it.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a perception to me,
Okay.
because you're not trying to find anything specific about it. Okay,
So I think Celina was checking out the icon at the end of combat last time.
She
I
was.
don't remember if anything happened.
she was. So we can resolve that in a second. The icon is cool to the touch. You don't notice anything particular about it other than that. Just that it is kneeling in supplication, and there's something weird. No matter how you turn it, it always seems to end up facing the same way. Like you can see its front, like you can actually like move it in space to have a full look at it, as if it's like a trophy in a PS2 era video game. But you can't. No matter how you hold it, it always ends up facing the same way. But with a perception check like that, you can't get anything more out of it. Celina, if Celina would like to do anything, what skills would you like to do?
Try to find some magical residue on it.
Some magical
traces,
residue. So
and
are you
light
going to
them.
be using a spell about that, or are you going to be using one of your skill checks?
I would do detect magic, but I don't have a prep, so I have to do it as a ritual.
I have it. I have it prepped actually to cast it.
Then feel free to do this. I guess she would advise you to do that
Okay.
with
Yeah.
something you
I
find in a cursed castle.
Yeah.
detect magic. If when I see it's weird, facing whatever way. Property.
Yeah, so that property seems to be innate to its construction. This is a magic item, which is the thing that you get from it. I can never remember if Restoration is a school of magic in D&D or if that's just Elder Scrolls.
Not.
It would be evocation or
Yeah.
necromancy for healing.
Yeah, Evocation then is the
Maybe-
magic.
Maybe it's less restoration, like restoration general school. Maybe could be abjuration.
Either way, you get the sense of evocative magic from this.
It is abjuration. Lesser restoration is abjuration.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's a mix. There's some abjuration. There's some divination,
Evocation.
some evocation.
All of
Alright,
the all of the occasions.
Lots of
I'll-
vocations.
I'll say quietly over to Celina's to not like disrupt Red and Rory. Are you able to identify this quickly? That spell wizards cast to find out the properties, or do I need to do some experimenting with it?
I do not have the components that would let me do it quickly, so about an hour should be fine.
I will I'll have a look at it then.
Alternatively, you could attune to it in an hour.
You could
Yeah.
ask Rory. Maybe she knows what it actually is.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll try attuning to it, I guess. If we're gonna spend some time.
Yeah, I'll approach the group and just silently watch over their doings, and maybe due to my knowledge of religion and such, could I maybe ascertain the possible qualities of such artifact from the saint it is?
Yeah.
It refers to.
You certainly can. I would like you to make a religion check, as well as a perception check as you approach.
All right. I am extremely bad at both of those, actually, but oh, okay. I have plus
Preacher
3.
doesn't have religion.
Okay, so
I
that's
have
a
plus
13.
3.
To be fair, Preacher's a
and-
warlock. I'm the one who
Yeah.
kept making a mistake about him being a cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the name. It's just
It's the name.
it throws me
it's
off.
The name, yeah. 17 in perception.
Okay. So with a 13, you can't identify the saint per se.
Mhm.
Context clues would probably imply it has something to do with Lathander and or the Raven Queen, since those are the gods on the stained glass window. It doesn't look like Saint Markovia because the figure is male and Saint Markovia is very obviously a woman. But with that perception check, what you do notice as Diana is focusing on this item, this icon, and is turning it over in her hands, ruminating on it, this icon is looking at you. No matter which way she turns it, it always ends up facing Preacher.
Okay. Interesting.
Lovely.
So, lovely indeed. So yeah, Preacher just look and be like, that's certainly an interesting artifact you found there.
It's quite strange. It always seems to be looking in the same direction. I'm trying to figure out what its properties are. And then she'll see that it's always. I suppose she notices then that it's always looking at Preacher specifically now that he's moved. And then, why don't I think it's looking at you? Why don't you see if you can figure anything out about it?
Well, I could certainly try. So Spencer.
Yeah.
I want to ask you
What is your question?
if I can do quite a particular thing.
Okay, what is the thing you would like to do?
So holding this item, I wanna ask the Lady of the Lost for help,
Okay,
as she might know something.
so
If
we're
it's,
going to-
I guess it's related to me because I'm related to the Lady of the Lost. So
so are you just doing this through prayer, or are you using a magical prayer?
probably just through prayer.
Just through
I do
prayer?
not have, yeah.
Okay, I would like you to make another religion check.
Okay, you know what? I'm using my session advantage for this.
All right.
I wanna succeed this. Oh well. I did not input it with it.
Okay.
Oof.
Nice
Um,
reward.
You glean no special insights. Whatever biases or thoughts Preacher already had stirring around in his head, they remain. The Lady of the Lost is not communicative at the best of times, especially since you've come to Barovia. But yeah, you glean no special insight into the nature of this item.
I'm sure if you spend some more time with it, you'll be able to discern its properties. That's how.
It could be so. This item is of strange. It's of strange nature. I guess it could be, of course, related to some extent to the domains of my deity, but I guess I'll look into its properties during our rest time and try to figure out what it is. If we have an hour where I can attune to
Yeah.
the item now, I will.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah, you can have the time. Redmond and Rory, I guess, are having a very intense conversation for all this to go on. They
Or he's
they
just
are
standing there with her arms wide, and he's just no. I don't
exactly.
want the next. I
There's a
don't want.
little buffering sign above Redmond's head as he processes this. He's never been given a hug before. Is the thing. He always offers it.
Oh
Nobody
no,
takes
I
it.
insist.
Yes. So you can absolutely attune to it. When you do,
You're load.
I just got a message. Let's check Discord
It
and
is Matt
see.
saying, please continue because he's still fixing it.
Okay. I'm very slow with computer stuff, so thank you for reading the message for me. In the magic items folder, I'm about to reveal to you the properties of this item. I would also like you to roll a d100. You already used your hero dice, so pray
No, I
to
use
whatever
my session
gods.
I use session.
We don't have
advantage
session
to that.
advantage. We got rid of that with the plot
It is
points.
hero dice. You roll a thing, and
It's
then
hero
you can
dice.
decide if you want to
True,
reroll
yeah.
it or not.
So
I
pray
forgot.
to whatever gods you believe are real. That is a low number.
Solid 100.
Okay, so the 100.
Mhm.
Okay.
Are you good alignment though?
I'm a Cthulhu. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Am I? Yes, I'm of good alignment.
As you understand the properties of this item, another thing begins creeping in. It's a stiffness in your joints, and when you
Oh.
roll that d100, I will tell you what that is.
I'm a Cthulhu player. I call upon the Cthulhu gods to grant me low rolls.
Oh, Dagon, lower my roll.
Ah.
Okay,
36. All right, so
I
with
would
a
like to use
36.
to reroll that.
Which one?
This is a purely cosmetic one, so you are lucky.
Sadness.
Okay, so the
Sadness.
stiffness that creeps into your bones, the way that the desecration on this artifact manifests. I will add it here. The creaking in the joints of your finger, it begins to feel almost like arthritis, and it spreads throughout the rest of your joints. And now, for as long as you are attuned to this item, your joints make a creaking sound like the creaking of a gallows in the wind.
Oh my god.
As you have been strucken with non-debilitating arthritis. But thankfully, you rolled a purely cosmetic curse.
But I've got arthritis now.
Yep,
Wow.
yep.
So let me
Oh,
see.
my bones.
Oh, my bones indeed.
But otherwise, this magic item, the desecrated icon of Ravenloft, it is a 12-inch silver statuette made of purest silver weighing 10 pounds. It depicts a cleric kneeling in supplication. It is marred with a taint of undeath. The icon has lost much of its former power. The icon was given to Strahd by the archpriest Cyril Romulich, an old friend and disciple of St. Markovia, to consecrate the castle and this chapel. It is stained with the blood of his murder in the wake of Strahd's turn to vampirism. While it is placed on the altar in Ravenloft's chapel, any creature that is not undead that takes a short rest within 30 feet of the altar receives the benefits of a long rest instead. This blessing may only be received once per day. The icon of Ravenloft has 10 charges, regaining 1d6 plus 4 at dawn. You can use these charges to cast the following abilities. For one charge, you can cast Augury with no material components. For 5 charges, you can cast Bane of the Undead. So you can cast Turn Undead as if you were roughly the equivalent of an 8th level cleric. Or for 2 charges, you can cast a Cure Wounds. So anybody within 30 feet of you, you can heal 3d8 plus 3 hit points, provided they aren't undead, construct, or fiends. That is all in addition to your cosmetic curse that you now
Yes.
audibly release the sounds of a gallows.
Yeah. So after attuning to this item and spending around an hour and kind of trying to peer into this item's abilities, first of all, Toatl stands up, and you'll hear the creaking of his joints. Just skulls.
Dana gets on alert, looks towards the doors, and sees that they're not moving. It's like, how did that sound?
If we're gonna spend an hour, can I take a short rest?
You can take a short rest. If you want to receive the benefits of the long rest property, the icon has to be in place on the altar. You have to take a short rest within 30 feet of the altar. And again, it only triggers once per day, so use it wisely.
I don't think we want to. Yeah.
Not yet.
No. Or I just want a regular
yeah,
short
I
rest.
finished first, by the way.
Could have told this earlier.
Before I take my short rest, I go back into humanoid form.
Mhm.
And, a thing.
Do the thing. With Hella?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring back my dog.
Yep. Undead, half-dead dog.
And then I'm gonna go back to cat form.
Alright. You can certainly do
Then I'm
this.
gonna take a short rest.
As you look throughout the rest of this chapel, you can see that there is a set of stairs leading upward. I'm going to double check this real quick. Because the southern stairwell, where you know the entrance to the north tower, or the south tower would be, there's just a wall there. I know it's not doesn't show that on the map, but there is no entrance there. You know it's there, but it has been bricked up pretty thoroughly.
Could we? Oh, welcome back, Matt.
Welcome back, Matt.
Welcome back. So let's roll back the clock to before the short rest. Rory and Redmond were having a talk. If your microphone's working, that is.
No.
Oh no!
Right. Is it plugged in properly, Matt? Your microphone?
Matt is the static man.
He did try turning it on and off again.
Oh.
No.
Oh god.
Well, you already did the one thing I would have asked you to do as IT support, so you're fucked.
Yeah.
about
Do
now,
you
Cam?
have like?
Oh,
Oh, wait, that
you're
works.
back.
What is that?
I'm back.
You're
Yeah,
back?
You're back.
Hey,
Sounds
Hey,
really
and you're
good as
actually
well.
louder than before.
beautiful.
I literally just hit it on the top, so.
Nice. Love it.
A mechanic,
Nice,
you should have
nice.
told me so.
Oh,
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're a mechanic, you just have to bonk it hard.
Yeah.
it works.
Sure will it be with a big hammer.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's
Let's go.
go.
Let's go.
So, anyway.
Yes. So anyway, as I was describing, actually, I can describe that again in a minute. Why don't we roll back to the role play? So, Rory was expectantly holding out arms for a hug.
Of course, let's hug it out.
Yeah. I'm really sorry what I did to you, Redmond. You didn't deserve that. It was me being very misguided. But we're better now, so it should be fine. Also, dear DM, do I get a short answer to my thing that I sent to you sneakily?
The thing that you sent to me sneakily, I will have to.
In roll 20.
Oh, in roll 20. Oh. Okay. Was that spell noticed if it's cast?
Let me check.
I have Google in front of me.
It has verbal and somatic.
Okay. Okay. So as you embrace, you will have to cast this using an obvious spell here. Redmond will know that you are casting this.
Yeah.
But what is the words that you use to cast this spell as you embrace him?
I guess the magic in this was that we went for draconic mainly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will speak draconic words that more or less translate to, let me take this burden from you that you've taken on yourself for my sake. And then, as you hug her, you feel this, as if you're being embraced by this warmth that just floods around you, as if you're standing on a cliff in a nice sunny morning, and the sun just has risen up, and you feel like these first warm rays of light on your skin that just give you this very calming and warm feeling.
Let's go.
And
Yes.
as this hug lingers on, for an hour, in fact.
For an hour, it says 1 hour.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking because you guys
The
had
hour
a
is
short
working,
rest.
yeah.
As this embrace lingers on, Redmond, you feel there's been a thorn in your side that you've carried with you that you haven't really noticed since coming to Barovia. Since you finally, not finally, since you first put yourself out there, bodily put your soul on the line for Rory, it's felt like there's been a dagger in your back, for lack of a better term, something you're familiar with at this point.
Absolutely.
As Rory says these words to you and hugs you, you can feel as if that's being pulled out of you, and you feel a massive sense of relief, as if a sliver has been removed from you, as the vulnerability to piercing is over.
This feels like a long time coming. It feels like something has lifted for you. I think we have a bright future.
As bright as the morning sun.
As bright as another day.
Now don't fuck it up, because we've had a beautiful circle here that we've managed to bring back around from session 1 to session 32.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, we're sorry for what we did. I wish I could say more than that, but honestly, words don't mean much. It's the deeds that count. So I will show you that I mean it this time for real.
I look forward to seeing you in action. This has been wonderful. I'm honored to be my friend. Here's to your bright future.
Also, with Roy standing in front of you, what you noticed besides the pleasant warmth that she gives off, she seems a lot softer, and this cunning in her look, in her eyes, is basically gone and replaced by this nice, comforting gaze, so to speak. Like, I guess you could say she looks less bitchy. like a person you would actually enjoy spending time with, and not a person where you feel like she would backstab you any moment. Wonder why. Her wings once again have changed a bit, from the former black angelic wings to one side being the old bat-like wings that she used to have when we got into Barovia, and the other side is an actually proper white, almost glowing angelic wing. Depending on how perceptive you are, as she gives you this warm smile, you might notice that her fangs are gone, and her other vampiric features seem to be gone as well. You can actually see that she seems to have a shadow now.
Oh, okay.
You, however, do not.
Hmm?
You, however, do not, Redmond.
Yeah. And you might see on her hand, the right hand that used to have the Zenithar symbol with the little the purple eye symbol. It is now a little sun depicting the holy symbol of the Fend
Absolutely.
instead of the former Zenithar icon.
Feels like you've come a long way.
It seems like such a long journey, considering it was only a couple of weeks. Then again, time here moves weirdly, so I guess what is a couple of weeks here is a couple of years in the outside.
Yeah,
So it's
feels
fitting. It felt like years at least.
No, I know. Hey. I think from now on, we can tackle any opportunity, any problem, any of us. I feel good about it. I'm just setting up the death bags now, gang. Sorry, just
It's okay.
get all out of the way.
Are we ready to carry on? Save our friend?
Awesome.
So for
Yeah.
the rest of exploring of Ravenloft, I will leave it up to you, Mia, which PC you want to play, but I will request that you only play one per combat.
It shall be Rory, because Rory is the fancy new one. And Celina said that she's not going to intervene with Strahd anyway.
Yeah.
She's just with the group right now because they came here as a group. So it would be rude to leave alone.
Exactly. Also, Celina and Strahd had a bit of a rapport going on, and she wouldn't want to step all over that. So, Astora, since you had Diana take the lead into getting us moving again, why don't you, or I will explain to you what you find as you head to the North Tower access. The southern end of this room opens up to there's an opening, and there's a large flagstone spiral staircase going up and down. Two very large suits of armor stand to either side of this entranceway, looming down at you with large battle axes in their hands. Beyond them, through the portal, you can see that the stairs spiral up about 10 feet before ending in a solid brick wall. As you know, because you met Leaf first, there is a further more of this staircase, but it's been blocked off recently.
Okay.
How would you like
How
to
would
proceed?
we... Does anyone... like, is it like brick and mortar, or is it just like stacked bricks?
That sounds to me like an investigation check.
Okay. 12.
Yeah. So it seems to be the same sort of construction as the rest of the walls. You know that it's newer because of context clues, as well as knowing there's a secret passage. But you don't find any chinks in it. It seems to be just bricks stacked on top of bricks with mortar in between.
And if I touch it, it's solid?
Yeah. As far as you can tell, you can press on it, lean against it. It feels, for all intents and purposes, the same as the rest of the walls here.
Does anyone have any way of, I suppose, just dealing a large amount of damage to the stonework?
Not really, but I can maybe move things.
I don't think you'd be able to. If you can loosen them, that might be helpful. Celina, do you have any artillery magic?
Yes.
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Would you mind
Why?
using it to break down the wall?
I do mind. We are
I
guests
want
here.
it to be clear that if
We
you don't
are-
help us get our friend, we're not helping you get your phone.
I don't expect you to help me get my clock.
Oh.
Quick question. Does Rory know the proper way in, or do you have to blow up the wall?
Rory has no idea. This would have been constructed recently. Shadow Rory wouldn't have been here when it was constructed, but Rory knows that this is the only entrance up to the tower. Besides vampires, of course, because they can turn into mist. Further, you know that the central column of this pillar goes right down to the catacombs below and right up to the sky. Generally, if the vampires want access to the high tower, they fly in through the top. So this was walled off at some point.
Sky access.
2.
Volk kind of flaps their wings.
This would have been one of the things that kept Shadow Rory, or Mirror Rory from seeing Irina, because Irina is imprisoned up in this tower. And what is that?
Is that an airplane?
Sorry.
Okay. So this would have been one of the things that stymied Mirror Rory's attempts to see Irina, because it is more or less only accessible by shape changers. you have to become mist to enter the high tower. Irina was brought up there by means of teleportation to be imprisoned there. But unless you can turn into mist, it's going to be hard to get in there the way they do. And that's something that Mira Rory was never gifted with, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Also, I get my spell slots back because I'm a warlock, so I may
You
think
do.
of something. So, as of now, I could probably bring 2 people inside through
Oh, me
means
too.
of teleportation. I would be out of magic power for quite a long time if I do, though.
If you want to use Dimension Door, you can get one person there because you would have to use to get back on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, I have 3. I have 3 spell slots.
Oh yeah, right.
Gives
Yep.
you one more, so
Works good.
I can get only 2 people through.
So Celina could get one person through. She has it as well and prepared.
Well, how many spell slots does she have?
Well, all of them. 4. Level 4, 2.
If you both used...
I would be like drained though if I do that.
As you are standing here contemplating, you can feel that familiar heartbeat that you felt up above. It's omnipresent now. Just in the quiet of being in this chamber here, you can feel it pulsing through the stones of this place. It's faint, but it's definitely there. You can also feel just a cold, musty breath almost coming up from below.
Perhaps we should explore the rest of the castle and maybe we find... Do we know what black powder is, Spencer? Gunpowder?
I think so, yeah. Drow have guns, canonically, in 5e. So,
Okay.
yeah. Redmond
It
definitely
could
does.
be...
That's what causes face scar.
Yeah.
Could be we find some black powder and we can use that.
So
Yeah. So,
Question.
Mira Rory would know a little bit about stuff like that, but what is your question?
would a big beast be able to just knock down the wall,
Ooh,
like a
big piece
gorilla,
of-
for example?
You would have to do further investigations. Diana was convinced that the wall is solid and there's no way through without breaking it. But you would
Yeah, I
have to
mean,
check out the wall yourself to determine whether it would be
I mean, something more
destroyable
like
by
this.
an animal.
Well
Interesting.
then, Rory shall go and have a look.
Yeah. But I will say, as Diana asks about if anybody knows where they would find black powder in the castle, Shadow Rory, or Mir Rory, I keep fucking it up. Mir Rory would know that Rahadin has a laboratory, the 3rd floor, I believe it is. But yes, Rahadin's laboratory has all sorts of alchemical agents. You would pretty easily be able to get explosive stuff from there, but you would have to go around to a higher level and then come back. But that is entirely open to you. But yes, if you want to do a polymorph and make somebody into a big animal, you can absolutely do that. Try to break it down that way. You also have a druid with you who can do that without using a spell slot.
We also have Druid with us, yes.
Can't be as powerful an animal though.
That's true. Oh,
Rory
Yeah,
Shadow.
we're what, level 8 right now, so I
Yep.
can be
All beasts.
up to
T-Rex is the highest.
CR2. But you can turn somebody into CR8
Yes.
with polymorph.
Which
or
is
I
the
can turn
highest
someone.
beast in the normal game,
also,
which is the T-Rex, followed by CR7 gorilla.
Yeah, actually, I think the giant ape is better for that. More.
Yeah, the giant ape is the little 7.
Rahadin's laboratory is on the 5th floor, directly above you.
Damn. Yeah, I would tell them. Well, If you want black powder, it would be very high above us, but it is there.
Where is it?
In Radin's laboratory, so I don't think you in particular would like to be there, but you always can, of
No.
course.
It's
It
the
is the
opposite. I would
fifth
very
floor,
much like
so-
to put an end to Rahadin.
What was that? Sorry.
She said it's the opposite. I'd very much like to put an end to Rahadin.
Okay.
Huh. He has been rambling on about you for a long time. It's almost all he talks about, together with trying to poison me.
Well, why don't we go pay him a visit?
All right. If that is the plan, we can certainly do that. And we will leave Irina for later.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Sounds like a totally bad idea.
Well, this is entirely open to you.
Let's do it.
I didn't plan for this, so I need
Yeah.
to. I'm just quickly looking ahead to what you're looking at. So,
Mm. Can I check if a big gorilla, the giant gorilla, or maybe a T-Rex would be efficient enough in breaking down this wall?
We should
that
try
would be an
first,
investigation
I think.
check.
Well, 21.
So you very clearly see the stuff that Diana missed. Diana is, you imagine, not very particularly attentive to stonework. Maybe some latent dwarvish racism. But
It's always racism.
Don't. She's not racist.
I'm sorry for narrativizing. With a 21, you can see that there are cracks in the mortar. And since you, with your back around, looking for hidden passages and stuff, you can very easily see, if you get to the right angle, you can see through the wall enough that somebody would be able to misty step or turn to mist through it. But with that, you can see that the wall is about 8 inches thick, so a sufficiently large animal would be able to break it down,
I
or
would
a sufficiently strong
recommend-
explosion.
I would recommend that over the explosion, because the explosion would be even louder. We would have to deal with Rahadin. He can be quite pleasant. Sometimes. Usually not.
That is a good point. We can save him for later.
We also have limited time. And we would really like to see Irina again.
I know.
Yes, I think the animal option is the best.
I like that none of the party members in character even questions it. I guess the druid would potentially have access to pull him off anyway.
Volk, would you mind turning into something capable of breaking down the wall?
Riley is having some mic. Oh no, never mind.
Let me review my options. Let me think about it. Think about what's the most powerful creature I can be.
What was your actual roll? It was a 16. Okay, I won't tell you what the DC is. You can just tell that it is destructible.
Well, a rhinoceros is a quite large creature.
You can potentially charge through it, but it's a bit weird because it's like around the corner.
Yeah, it's hard to like sort things by their strength.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
sorry about that. Are you able to move the stuff in the folder on your own?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, because
I think rhinoceros is my highest strength. Rhinoceros, along with cave bear, are both +5.
Well, I guess a +5 could work actually.
Yeah.
Have you with each monster?
Yeah, no, 21 is my highest available strength, I think.
Yeah, by the way, that's
I'm
that's a
checking. I'm checking my plants. I don't think the plants are particularly strong, but I might as well go through them just to check. Well, Liferous is 19, but that's awakened tree. I've got a bunch of 19s in the trees. All right. I think that is 1 second. I'm just checking T-Rex. Please give me the stats. Oh yeah, no, a T-Rex has 27. And I'm pretty sure the
Is it
polymorph.
T-Rex huge? Because a T-Rex would not fit in this space. The
Yeah,
corridor is
T-Rex
10
and-
feet
yeah,
wide.
It is a huge beast.
It is 10 feet wide, so you would have to be a creature of large or smaller.
They
You're
could
right.
squeeze. They could squeeze.
They could squeeze, but I would give a hefty penalty for, because you're not going to get much wind up to smash
Yeah,
this.
no, rhinoceros is my best bet.
Give that a go.
Let's see. Do I have any creatures of that size? I do not have rhinoceros. I don't think I have any level 2 CR creatures except for the Toatl.
What's the
Well,
cost of Toatl strength? Size and strength.
Lower. It's also huge.
The
Yeah,
rhino would
yeah,
definitely work, by the way, and you do have
Yeah.
access to it. Because you can do CR2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, that's why I was only looking at creatures I have access to,
Yeah.
as well as my options for briefly looking at my Alright. So this is a rhinoceros.
Oh, I'm adding the rhino to your menagerie right now. For some reason I missed it when I was filling out your menagerie, so sorry about that.
Where is he? There he is.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's remove a wild shape and give myself some temp HP. Volk slams.
Yeah. So I will let you do a charge attack against this wall. You're going to
Alright.
hit it. But the charge will help with your damage. So please roll your damage,
Right.
and I will tell you what happens.
Alright, so charge. I hit with a 23. And that is 13
13.
bludgeoning damage.
Plus an additional
plus
2d8.
An additional 2d8.
Plus an additional 16.
7.
Okay, you do just enough damage. As your horn slams into this, at first it feels like the wall isn't going to buckle, but the strength of your massive, tough haunches pushes you forward, and there's a cracking and a crumbling, and then this wall just collapses around you.
Would you say I'm large?
You're large and in charge.
Oh my goodness.
You're large and just charged.
Yeah!
Good job, Bob.
They can't turn around.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna just shuffle under them. Actually, why don't you lead the way?
All right. So Rhino is continuing up. Okay. So the high tower staircase.
And a little half-dead wolf traipses after.
The
So
wolf is like hanging off the horn.
yeah, or maybe it jumps on and
jumps
the
up
tail?
on top.
bites the tail and hangs on the back. Yes. So you can absolutely climb your way up the tower. Could I get a marching order as you ascend this tower? The staircase is, we'll say for the purpose of mechanics, it's 10 feet across. You can walk 2 people abreast. If you would like to, but that is, you're going to have to get an order here because it's double file.
I would like to be behind Volk.
Definitely Volk in front.
You mean to go next to double file?
Yeah. Well, we can't have you and Volk, so you can go behind Volk.
I'll go behind Volk.
Yeah, I'll be next to Rory.
We go with 5.
I'll
Hey.
cover the rear, I guess.
So many stories to tell.
Oh, I can
Dino
put
and
my
Echo
finger
will
on
go
the
right behind Red and Volk.
Ooh.
Okay. So if you could arrange yourselves on the map in the order that you're going in, that would be helpful to me personally.
Come here, Matt.
trying to move my tokens. Sorry, Denk.
I will leave
Where's
it here.
Vasilka? Vasilka will be at the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Celina is just following next to Vasilka.
That works. And then Hela would be up here with Volk. And then Preacher is taking up the middle, I guess?
Yeah.
The
sounds
middle
good.
the middle rear? The mid rear? Okay.
The mid rear.
Kinda mid.
So,
No.
this staircase feels endless. You are walking and walking and walking and walking. It feels like the staircase at the end of the first act of Final Fantasy VII, where it's just like you get past floor after floor after floor, and it is unchanging. The stairwell is just constantly turning to the left. There are no torches in here. So how is... I think everybody but Redmond has dark vision.
I also have
I'll,
like cool dark vision.
I
I'll
do
cast
not.
dancing
Wait, no, that's
lights.
the wrong animal.
I
Let's
don't
see
think
if
rhinos
the
would.
rhino does. I don't think so. Nope, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's blind.
So how are you handling the light situation? Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very spooky
Yeah,
trek
light.
for the rhino.
Rory cast light.
That works.
Like on my flail.
And I'll put dancing lights to go ahead and behind us. So we can get the whole area.
So there are bits of divine and fairy lights traveling all around you as you ascend this staircase. It is claustrophobic, and as I said,
Especially for a large creature.
yeah, it takes a while. And ever to your left, there's this just central pillar that you know is a shaft that leads down to the catacombs. And you can hear the whistling of wind and a breeze up and down this shaft. After you've been walking for about a half hour ascending these stairs, you hear a rushing and a whooshing and a fluttering and lots of thousands of tiny little chirps. And you can see there's a little bit of a crack, Diana, right next to your, in your left-hand side as you're ascending. There's a bit of a crack in the shaft, and you can hear this like storm of fluttering and chirping pass by up the shaft. What do you do? Is the story dead?
I don't-
Sorry,
yeah.
I was
Oh, no.
muted without realizing.
Oh, okay.
I'll kind of like take my. Shows me the only big cloth thing I have is my backpack. So I'll take my backpack and kind of like press it against the crack to make sure
Okay.
nothing can get through.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. As you do that, I'm going to make you... I need... words. I'm going to make you... Need to have you make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Wait, I'm good at those. 16.
A 16. Okay. I'm going to check something real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that is not a public roll. I'll try that again. That's 25.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
So
That
Oh.
hit.
as you press this piece of cloth up to the crack in the wall, you're trying to stifle it and stop what you would know. You're familiar with bats. You know there's just a shit ton of bats on the other side of this shaft.
Yeah.
As you're packing it in there, all of a sudden, a hand appears in the crack and reaches through, rips through the fabric, and grabs you, the front of your jerkin, and pulls hard. And then the crack around where you are crumbles, and you are suddenly in this shaft with a 7-foot tall woman in a white wedding gown. And she has you in her grasp, and she turns around, faces you towards the ground, and the two of you begin plummeting.
Oh.
I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to
That's
move us to a new
insanity.
map.
Reminder: roll initiative after we switched map, because otherwise
Yes.
you will not see
Oh,
shit.
It is true. So please draw yourselves onto the map.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be fun because
Oh,
now
I can
be
zoom
like
out.
buddy with all of them while I fight them. This is great.
Where did the rhino go? There it is.
Oh, my
Drow.
initiative is something. Save these.
Actually, drag myself over just in case I want to do things because I want to be up in the initiative. There's a lot of colors in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a lot of ways this can go.
I managed to have more HP with Rory than I have with the wizard lady. Impressive.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, Rory had 1 as a constitution bonus before. She's doing better now.
Okay, so has everybody rolled their initiatives?
Mm-hmm.
We have, so let's do by descending order. Vasilka will just share your initiative tracker. Is that all right, Matt?
He's muted.
Matt has
Died.
muted.
Oh no! Well, what I was saying is,
For some reason, I pressed initiative twice. I'm gonna edit that to the first roll.
what I was gonna say is, Vasilka is gonna go on your turn.
That's perfect. Sorry again. I'm having to call a bank because of board issues.
That's okay.
So I'm here but not really here. I apologize.
That's okay.
Okay. No worries.
Well, that's upsetting. Fuck banks.
Okay.
So while Matt deals with that horror in real life, Diana, you have the first reaction. You have just begun plummeting. I will describe a little bit more about Ludmilla. You can see that she, as I said, she is about 7 feet tall. She has ebony black skin and beautiful hair, all tied back in ornate braids. And she's covered in golden jewelry and opals. And she has a very ornate wedding dress. And she has your jerkin wrapped in her hands, and she is hissing into your face with fangs, spit splashing against your face as she maneuvers you in the air to have you land first when you hit the bottom of this shaft. So you have begun to fall. What would you like to do?
So, okay. Could I... If I hit the ground, If I hit the ground, it's gonna be like 20d6.
Yeah, so you would guess, you can do the quick math as you're beginning to fall. How high is this tower? There we go. The tower itself is about 400 feet, and you're about halfway. So you're looking at about a 200-foot drop,
Okay.
which is a lot.
Could I... She's grappled me, right?
She has grappled you,
use
yes.
5 feet movement to escape the grapple, though.
This is true.
Would I cast rope trick and try and like when I cast rope trick, the rope kind of like suspends like midair? Could I try and grab onto the rope unless there's anything else in the shaft I could grab onto? Maybe?
There is a storm of vampire bats rushing past you, but they are headed up while you are heading down.
Okay.
But you can absolutely attempt this. Is there anything particular in the spell about you being able to catch it automatically, or will you have to make a check?
It says I touch a length of rope that's up to 60 feet long. It rises into the air until it hangs perpendicular to the ground, and then it just makes a entrance to an extra dimensional space. It doesn't say automatically grab it.
Okay.
So,
And then what is the casting speed?
1 action.
1 action. Okay. So yes, you can use the ability of your swords to end the grapple, and then you can absolutely cast this spell. So mark that spell slot off.
Yep.
Yes, I will need you to make to catch a rope. Ropes is generally acrobatics, so I'm gonna make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Okay. 22.
Yes, you catch the rope, and your descent halts. Uh, and Ludmilla continues falling for a ways, and then she spreads out her arms and catches onto the edges of the shaft and stops her descent as well. She looks up at you, snarling. But you have caught yourself in your fall. You would have fallen. This is 6 seconds, so 10 feet down. 10 feet down.
10 feet? Okay.
So you are suspended from your rope chick rope 10 feet down the shaft. You still have movement and a bonus action if you have anything you would like to do.
I want to dash up to. Can I use my bonus action to dash, and I use 5 feet of movement to get out of the grapple, so I have 75 movement speed.
Jesus.
And I use all that to get into the extra dimensional space at
Okay.
the top of the rope trick.
Yeah. So tell us, the audience, what does Diana's extra dimensional space look like? What is where does the magic happen? This is Diana's episode of Cribs.
I've cast it before. It's basically the floor is just since we're in Ravenloft, it's just a completely overcast sky. So it looks like you're sitting on clouds, and above you can see like perfectly clear night sky with basically everything there. You can see the Forgotten Realms equivalent of whatever galaxy we're in. You can see all the stars, all the planets, and everything, and at the very top is the full moon. So.
Beautiful. So we, the audience, see that. We have seen this before. Back when you had that little talk above Von Richten, back at the tower. But you absolutely can pop up in there and gaze at the stars for a moment as your turn ends. Now up next, Volk. You heard this smash and the cry, and there's now the sound of fluttering bats behind you. Yes. What would you like to do?
Well, step one, I drop my rhino form because there's not much it can do against bats. Step two, I would like to maneuver myself to a place where I can see into the shaft. Is there a hole?
Yep. I will draw one right now. I'm on the right. That's where the crack is, where Diana was.
All right. So Volk is going to make their way down the stairs, stumble down the stairs, look in, kind of do a up and down glance, and then cast Moonbeam. And Moonbeam is absolutely wonderful for a vertical shaft.
It is. So it's 10 feet across. I will say Ludmilla caught herself over here.
Right. It is 40 feet high.
40 feet high.
5 foot radius.
Okay. They're about 10 feet down, so you can very easily catch them.
And so, yeah, they, I believe that is the correct radius. Yeah, that's about right. And so kind of, center it in such a way that a bunch of the bats are caught in it, and Ludmilla is just at the bottom.
All right. Back.
And then I will... and the damage happens on their turn.
It does. So that is Volk's turn. So Volk, you lean into the shaft, you say your druidic words, and then a shaft of moonlight parts from the sky above and beams down into this very long shaft. Bazinga. Ludmilla is next.
I moved 10, 20. I'm going to keep going down the stairs, just so I'm out of the direction of the...
Do you want to say that the moonlight beams out of the rope trick?
That's perfect, actually. Yeah. So the rope is bathed in moonlight as the moonlight shines through directly onto Ludmilla's face. So she needs to make a con save.
with disadvantage because she's a shapeshifter.
You are correct. So we have disadvantage on a con save, which is up here.
And let me
That's
just
going to
get
be a
rid
16. Does
Oops,
that meet
sorry.
or fail your saving throw?
My spell save is 16.
Okay.
Made it.
Made it.
But she still takes half as much.
She does take half as much damage, and she cannot transform while in the moonbeam.
Yes. So it is 2d10 radiant damage. That is a very bad roll.
Okay.
Oh, 2 still.
So, yeah, 2.
And radiant damage.
2 radiant damage.
2 radiant damage.
Hey, it's still
higher
pretty-
radiant damage.
Yeah, it is still radiant.
Isn't it good?
Especially considering you know that vampires have regenerative properties.
If it fails, it reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form. It does not affect its shape-changing ability.
Yes.
If it succeeds, its shape-changing ability is not affected.
Okay. So she remains in her form, clinging to this shaft below the rope trick. Let me just read the rope trick description again. Can a hostile creature crawl into it?
They can.
They
Yeah,
can't.
it's just like an open door.
No, they can.
Can. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
as
this
long
is-
as the rope is down, anyone can get it.
All right. This is excellent news. Because Ludmilla is going to scramble up the shaft, and she is going to reach out and grasp the dangling rope. I need to open her character sheet again. Then she is going to climb up into this shaft with you.
So Volk or anybody looking in sees her just kind of vanish.
So Ludmilla climbs up the rope and pops into the extra dimensional portal. A number of bats are fried and fall down. You hear shrieks of dying vampire bats. Volk.
Nice.
So, Diana, you feel like you're safe. Then all of a sudden, this massive undead woman comes into your safe place with you. And she squints and gazes up at the moon and smiles at you. And that's when you notice in a sash around her wedding dress, there's a little bundle swaddled in black cloth. And she reaches up gently and clutches it to her breast as she looks up at the moon. And she says, "It has been such a long time. I had forgotten how beautiful it was." And then she's going to look back at you. And she's going to smile her wicked vampire grin. And she's going to say, "But you are going to die."
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's a 6.
Okay, next.
So this bundle she has on her chest, she tilts it, and you see the faces was hidden from you, but the swaddled bundle that turns to you was clearly a baby at one point, centuries ago. What you see instead is a desecrated husk of a stillborn child gaze out at you. And as you watch this undead, or this very dead infant, its mouth suddenly opens and you hear a scream.
Lovely.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. I think I might have something against the saving throws of vamps or dead in general.
She is very undead.
No.
She's
no, I don't.
profoundly undead.
Extremely undead.
Constitution?
Extremely.
Oh my lord, if you fail, you die? Oh.
Well, drop
Yeah,
to 0.
Goodbye. 0 hit points.
Diana, you drop to 0 hit points. What happens
Oh,
if you fall
God.
unconscious while this spell is cast?
Is rope trick a concentration spell?
The spell isn't concentration. It has a duration of an hour, so it just carries on for the duration.
Okay. Diana collapses. And we don't see what happens. We will jump on to the next person's turn.
Oh.
Celina. I'm guessing Celina's staying out of the combat since I did request that you play only one of your extremely high-powered 8-level PCs. Unless she's going to break with her pact. Are we going to get some character development?
She's not for now. She doesn't think there is any danger yet. She doesn't know that Diana is just unconscious already. She would defend the party if it came to that.
Okay. Good, good, good. Then Celina's turn passes without note. Preacher. So you are next to the crack. You saw Diana get grabbed. You probably saw her climb up into the rope. And you saw Ludmilla chase after her.
Okay.
Dead Drow Redemption. I'm just going to check Discord on my phone since it's a pain in the ass to click off when I have like 3 things on my screen.
So,
Sorry, Beaky.
how big is the crack? Can
Uh,
I squeeze through the crack?
yeah, she opened it so it's 5 feet wide. She could pull Diana through, so you would be able to get through pretty easily.
Now the question is this: can I jump from the crack and try to enter the rope trick?
It's not going to be that hard. You are an adventurer. You are made of strong stuff. You can reach out and grab a rope. You're not some skinny kid in gym class. You can absolutely do this.
Then I will do this. For doing that, I will cast. Guess what? Exactly. Armor of Pegasus.
All right.
And get my
Oh.
50 temporary HP.
I forgot. The shaft. Diana did cast this 10 feet down the shaft, so you are going to have to jump for it.
It would have gone up though. It would have
You're
gone
right,
up,
because it goes up 20 feet, right, from where you are.
60.
60 feet. Oh dang. Yeah. So there's plenty of rope. It's
You
easy.
are gonna enter the moonbeam, by the way.
Yes, that's why I cast the temp HP on top.
So Preacher becomes encased in frost, very familiar. And as he moves into the shaft, you hear the creaking and groaning of a gallows, and you can almost hear the wails of condemned souls as he passes by you.
Great. Also fitting. Because, yes.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It's pretty thematic that you rolled that.
Yeah. My mind did not remember what a gallows is, so I just googled it and I
Yeah.
was like, hey.
Yeah.
We've
We've seen a couple in this game.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I will guess Armor Pegasus and just, I'm in.
Okay, you're in. So you climb up into the area, and you see that Ludmilla has crouched over Diana and is feasting upon Diana's neck. Now, mechanically, you are not dead, but she is drinking your blood, and it is very gross.
Tasty.
Oh,
Yum 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 yum.
Now, do I have any bonus actions? Oh no, I don't. That's the problem. I do not.
Okay.
Well, at
You still have to make the save against the moonbeam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Con save for the moonbeam.
Con save? Okay, I'm pretty decent in con.
Unless it gets dropped. It's still 2d10
You're okay.
half, though.
21. What's the damage I take?
2d10, but half because you made the save.
Okay.
Unless Volk drops the concentration.
Okay. 4 damage. 4 damage I can live with. I will take the 4 damage. And yeah.
Yeah. So you are faced with this 7-foot-tall woman eating Diana, and you can see again there is very clearly she's wearing a medieval equivalent of a baby Bjorn, with a corpse baby in it.
Lovely.
Yes. Very lovely. And this will be my turn.
Okay. So
Do
you
vampires
are confronted with this sight.
Yeah, do vampires resist exhaustion? That's
That's an excellent question. I wish you had an action with which to try to recall this information.
yeah.
Next up, we have a Rory.
A.
So Rory,
So-
the situation is exactly as we have described so far. What would you like to do?
Well, go back. Fly into the thing. Con save. I fail.
Okay.
Miserably.
All right.
So I take all 2d10 damage. Which is fine. 9.
9. Okay.
20.
Fine, I still have more than I used to have. And I go into the rope trick thingy with my lovely flying speed.
Yep.
Ah.
So you arrive. You see the same thing. Preacher is looking aghast as Ludmilla is doing terrible, terrible things to poor Diana.
I just shake my head. Ludmilla, this is not how you are supposed to treat the guests. Where are your manners?
Ludmilla looks up and she says, "My manners? Rory, dear, you invaded my wing of the castle." And then she looks at you and she says, "Did something happen to you? Did you do something with your hair?"
Oh, you notice it's a new conditioner.
Strahd has always had a taste for the, oh, what's the word? Fickle tramps.
No. Oh, you don't have to humor me, my dear. Anyway, to put it simply, we are here to do something that would highly annoy Strahd. So honestly, feel like there's something to gain for the both of us here.
I am certainly no fan of Strahd, but I am afraid I must obey my dear, beloved husband.
Oh, your beloved husband.
My beloved husband. And
Yeah, I
that-
know that feel of being... Well, I guess you got the proper wedding, I didn't. So,
No, he doesn't do those anymore. Not for anyone but her. She looks up.
yeah, she is quite special. Unlike us, I guess. He does like collecting stuff, the pretty ones.
He is
Anyway,
mine.
You can destroy him later, if you wish. We will gladly have you. Anyway, I would have to kindly ask you to stop eating, my friend. I'm guessing you're not willing to cooperate, right?
She grins and she says, "Strahd commanded me quite explicitly that no one but he and I was to ascend this passageway. I was to prevent any such passage. I'm afraid your lives are forfeit. You are food."
I was hoping you were gonna say that. I can finally try something out. I've had it for quite some time now, but I guess you're the perfect person I can test it on. Gonna pull out the holy symbol of Ravenkind and grab it in my hand and show her the nice shiny light. And I
Beautiful.
need a DC 15 wisdom save.
All right.
As I
She's going
cast
to
Old Vampire.
make a
from
wisdom
the-
save. That's an 18.
God fucking damn it.
So she freezes at the sight of this thing, and her face, the grin on her face drops. She says, "Where did you find that thing?"
Oh, that is not important, my dear. It was just lying around in a little...
"Give it to
alcove.
me."
This? You can't use this.
You
This is
don't.
not-
You don't know what you hold. You don't know its import. Give it.
Oh, you can try and take it from me. But I
On-
feel like...
On her turn.
Wait, there was something else. Right, you're still sitting on my friend. And then I'm just gonna snap my fingers and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on
Okay.
Diana. For 8 HP.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I think she still has something to say about you trying to eat her.
Ludmilla has lost all interest in Diana at this point and is focused purely on Rory.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So Matthew, are you still on your phone call? Are you back with us?
I'm on an hour wait time, so it's just ringing in
Oh.
the background. So
Well, all right then. In the meantime, what would Red like to do?
Red is going to jump into that rope trick.
All right.
Yeah. So
Is there a limit to how many people can get in the extra dimensional space? I know it's
It's 8 medium or small creatures, so
Okay.
we
Oh,
should
more
be
than
good.
enough.
more than enough.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Vasilka as well.
Vasilka, will she be fine by us? Yeah, she'll be fine with Celina.
Celina is there as well.
Yeah, Celina's there.
Oh, look how cute this cat
Oh, yeah.
is. He is such a good little nugget.
So you climb up into this space, Redmond, and you can see the two women in here are staring daggers at each other, while the elf woman is barely conscious on the ground with a big wound in her neck.
There's just like a cat fight over Diana's dead body.
Exactly. Preacher is staring between the lot of them, sizing things up.
He's so
And
fucking confused. What the fuck's going on?
yeah, I don't know how much you heard, but Ludmilla has a baby Bjorn with a corpse baby in it that you can very clearly see.
This brings me back. Getting to.
Oh,
Okay.
that's all in addition to her very clearly being of Goliath descent.
She was. Oh, this is perfect. I would like to. So, but I mean, it doesn't even. He doesn't even say words. His face is just frustrated in redness. Runs up to the miller. Will cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
If I can find it. And then we'll try and grapple. I'd like to try and grapple Midman if that's okay.
You can absolutely try to grapple.
Every fucking game.
It's just a great combo.
You can make your contested athletics check, right?
18.
18.
It's 19, sorry.
Does she have? She does not have proficiency in athletics. Does she have anything else that would help with this?
Grapple immunity usually helps. But that would be mean. I would never put that on any of my monsters that the party would be facing next
You're
week.
not going to do damage, so that won't trigger. Yeah, so she's just going to try to resist it with her strength. That's a 10, my dude. You blindside her. She is so focused on Rory with the holy symbol of Ravenkind that you grab hold of her.
I'd like to pull her about 5 feet away from Diana, just a step to the side. If that's okay.
Okay. You pull the mommy dummy aside to have a private conversation about consent.
Exactly. And then I would like to shove her to the ground.
Okay. Is that another check, or is that just something you
It's
do? I
another
don't
check,
remember.
yeah.
Another check?
Diana says the safe word.
19.
Fuck. Alright.
So she's prone now.
Sorry for you, Spencer. I know this pain. I'm getting this pain every single time. I have met in my games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have contingencies for this, but they trigger on her turn, not on his turn.
No.
So yes, she is prone and grappled by you, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly that.
So she is prone and grappled. Grappled. Proned. Boom. Okay. What else would you like to do on your turn?
That's all I can do, unfortunately. That's the end of my turn.
She's going to whisper, she's going to turn her head back towards you and whisper, I knew you would be coming to have something for you. But that is all she gets out as you pin her to the ground. Before we jump to Diana's turn, the vampire bats that are filling the shaft finish their journey and escape out the top. Since nobody's in the shaft and nobody has to deal with the piercing damage from the bats. Good job, everybody.
40 feet up, do any of them get radiant damaged?
Yeah, there was several hundred, so you fried a good many of them. They dropped back down to the ground. But the shaft is now clear of vampire bats. We jump to Diana's turn. So Diana, you have switched positions, and you are now seeing Ludmilla being pinned to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 20 feet of movement to stand up, and then I'm just gonna go ham on her at advantage because she's prone.
Go for it.
Diana stands up, just clutches her neck, and then goes for it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so the first one, she is going to use her Stone's Endurance on the first one.
Okay.
It won't let me roll through this. Okay, /R 1d12 plus 3. Unrecognized command. I clicked a 2 instead of an R. Goddamn, roll 20. Okay. So the first attack, the 4 would still trigger, right? Because that's from your Dread Ambusher.
That's from Greater Favorite Enemy.
Greater favorite enemy. Okay.
Yeah.
So she takes 4 damage from your first attack,
Okay.
and then the other 2 are going to hit as well. Do you have anything extra to add to any of those?
No.
Okay. And does favorite enemy trigger on each attack you do, or is that only the first one?
Yeah, it's on each attack.
Okay.
I believe.
So that's going to be another 17, and then 25, and then 29. So another 29 damage. Boom. Yeah, so you go ham on Ludmilla as she is pinned to the ground, and she is grunting in protest as this is happening.
Nice.
Echo would be with you as well. He would be in the shaft
Yeah.
still, if you want him to do anything, or he can
There's,
remain out of harm's way.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for him to get into the rope trick. He's a dog, can't climb rope.
Dogs don't have thumbs. What you can do?
Unfortunately.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet?
No. What like Rahadin?
Oh no, dogs don't have thumbs yet.
What?
I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking dogs in the road world, but that is a great plot. I will revisit that later.
No. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so you are stabbing at her. Is there anger to this? Are you cursing at all, or are you just efficiently...
Yeah. There's a bit of anger to it. I'm just gonna say, we will. You don't have to fight us. We just want Irina.
Yeah. She will grimace under the assault, and she will say, I told Rory no one is getting Irina. If anyone is going to kill her, it is going to be me. Then we come to Volk's turn. So Volk, you are in the stairwell with Hella. What would you like to do? You are muted, by the way.
Yep. Volk kind of glances down. They don't see anything.
Nope. You see a rope, and you know
There's
how
a
rope
rope.
trick works.
All right. Try to. I don't know. That's not much I can do. Yeah, Volk's going to. Yeah, that's a good idea. So Volk is going to clamber through the hole.
Okay.
And then turn into a ice. A hunter shark. A
Hunter shark?
seems cool.
Okay.
No, sorry, wrong thing. Ice spider queen.
Ice Spider Queen.
It's a large spider.
Okay.
It has a climbing speed.
That's
which
fitting.
means I can hang on the wall. And then I'm going to reach out an appendage to Echo. And if he consents, basically help him into the rope trick with all of my extra appendages.
I don't. You have a spider,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It would be like seeing his mom. He's from the Underdark.
I can telepathically. How does my telepathy work?
He does understand undercommon, so.
Yeah, I
you-
can speak. Oh no, I have to be able to. I have to share a language.
Sure, but okay.
And I do not speak Undercommon.
He's probably going to be slightly scared of you, so he's not going to take you out there.
Well, then I'll just move. I'll demonstrate with Hella. Hella jumps onto the appendages and and goes into the into the rope trick.
All right. A tiny little half-dead pup appears in the interdimensional space, taking one of the very limited spots.
And Hella is going to use the help action.
Okay. Who is Hella going to help?
Hella's going to help. Who's in there? Toatl, I guess, is the next person to do anything. So.
He is. And Toatl is right at the entrance to the rope trick as well.
Yeah, she will help Toatl.
Okay. Help him with whatever he does next.
Yes.
Okay. So, where relevant, that might come up.
Yes.
So, Ludmilla is going to squirm around in your grip, Redmond. And I'm going to roll for her infant.
Yay.
It only recharges on a 6. This is a dangerous enough ability. I reduced it to a 1 in 6 chance. So it doesn't trigger. However, what she is going to do is...
Wait, I have an action. Can I see into the rope trick or no?
No, not outside. Outside,
Okay.
inside you see out, but you can't see out from in.
All right.
There.
A couple of her wounds do close because she didn't take radiant damage this turn. But what she is going to do is... I know what she's going to do.
Oh.
She's going to cast Anti-Life Shell.
Oh.
Ooh.
She's going to cast this, and she's going to exclude you, Redmond.
Really?
So I'm going to need you to make a spell save. Unless I was wrong. What did I do wrong?
Yeah, no, just that, no.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Have to roll.
So she's casting this at level 5.
Alright, so I'll need to roll
Yeah.
a charisma
So
check.
a 15.
Have +4 charisma.
Is it?
Oh.
Unfortunate. So Ludmilla is going to whisper things to the infant, which stirs on her chest. And then Redmond, you are suddenly shoved back, and you actually hit the edge of this interdimensional space.
Do I make a save or do I not make a save? Sorry.
I don't think you make a save. It doesn't say you make a save, unless I was
no,
wrong.
You can't make a save against that.
Yeah. It just says that at the bottom. I read ahead of myself. Yeah. So anti-life shell goes off. You are shoved to the edge of this chamber. You slam into the wall. That is Ludmilla's action. Yes.
If you move, it doesn't say anything about pushing people.
It expands from her, and everyone that is not a construct or undead can't enter it. So basically, it's like she's extending a wall around her. So even if it's not in there, it kind of implied.
But if she moves, so thankfully though, if she moves and it clips one of us, then it ends. Still.
And it is only one creature that it affects, and she chooses Redmond. So with the remainder of her turn, she is going to attempt to slip past Toatl and escape out the rope trick.
She's
Now-
still prone.
Yes, so she has to stand. Which takes half movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, she can easily get out the rope trick. And you've already used your reaction to cast Counterspell. So you can't
I
sentinel her.
I cannot.
So she is going to slip
Unfortunately.
right past you, Toatl, and she's going to curse at you, Rory, and say, I'm not stupid enough to remain in here with all of you. And then she's going to
Me,
hop and begin plummeting down the shaft. What were you going to say, Astora?
me and Rory still make
Opportunity
attacks,
attack?
right?
Yes,
TPs?
everybody would get opportunity attacks, except for Toatl. And Redmond's out of reach.
Should I get one?
Not with
Since she-
advantage.
She will
Leaves
be
the-
passing by you in a second.
14.
14 will miss.
21
The
for me.
21 will absolutely hit. So she takes another friggin' 14 from Diana. Just demolishing this poor sweet lady, who only
Poor
wants
sweet
her.
7-foot
she-
tall vampire.
She only wants her husband to love her and to reconnect after they lost their child. It's really a tragic story.
No, she
Um,
wants to destroy him any way she can. But she can't disobey him.
So, yes, she makes her way past. Diana, you get a stab in on her, and more of that gross black blood comes out around your blades. But she's going to leap past you and begin plummeting down the shaft. So she will pass by you in the shaft, Volk, if you would like to make an opportunity attack as well.
Roll 1d20 plus 5. That's a natural 1.
Okay. So you miss, and she begins falling past you. I guess she would be back in the moonbeam, wouldn't she? You haven't cast anything else.
Yes, she would be.
So that's going to
I
be a con
haven't
save.
cast any. I haven't cast any other concentration spells.
That's going to be a con save.
Yay.
That's a 8. So if you would roll another 2d10, please.
Yay. And she cannot shapeshift.
She cannot. Okay. So she takes
It's only 8.
8 radiant damage, and she begins plummeting past you. So she is about 5 feet below you at this point, falling. Celina, you're up next. Do you still feel like you don't need to intervene?
I mean, everyone seems fine, so no.
Okay, very fair. Celina sits this one out. Celina's good out here for the Adventures Zone fans out there.
Protecting Bazooka. She's calming down Bazooka.
Oh, wait! Did Taomli get advantage on that spell roll?
It wouldn't have affected a spell.
Oh, okay.
No. Unfortunately, the help is for mundane actions.
Yeah.
Speaking of Toatl,
Worth a check.
it is your turn.
It is my turn. So I guess I will. No. I'll use my new magic item and cure wounds on Diana, who is
Okay.
badly hurt.
That's very
Thank
good.
you.
So you expend some charges from the Icon of Ravenloft. Diana heals up a bit.
Diana, you heal 13 HP.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
That's my action, and then I think I will exit rope trick.
Okay. So you can enter into the shaft of this very tall tower. You see below you is a massive spider waving some of its forelimbs, I'm sure, at you in greeting. And below, falling currently, is Ludmilla.
Then I will. I can guess that Volk is the spider, can I? To some extent.
It is
Hello.
waving at you. They are waving at you.
So yeah.
Not a very spider thing.
Got their eyes.
Yeah, it's got their eyes.
So
I guess
can I
I guess every single wild shape Volk takes has pure white eyes, and that's whoa,
That works.
20d6, huh?
Just in case. You know, just in case it comes up.
yeah. So can I attempt to jump on wild-shaped Volk?
Volk won't.
You're a large creature, so you would be able to do this.
All right, then I will proceed to jump on the spider,
Okay, you can jump on the spider.
and I will end my turn there.
Okay. That brings us to Rory Fahrun. So Rory, Ludmilla just ran past you and jumped out the hole.
I will just wave a goodbye. See you later, my dear. I guess we can talk later when you're less busy.
All right.
I would steppy over to Diana. May I? And I'm trying to touch your wound on the neck, I guess.
You may.
I appreciate the faith, I guess, you have in me, or the trust. I did not earn it yet. And I wanted to... Oh god, it's doing a thing where it's broken again.
Oh no.
I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Hey,
So it's
thank
2d8
you.
plus wisdom. So you heal for 15 as her little icon of the thunder on her hand glows up with a comforting light, and you feel the warmth of the evening sun on your skin. The sun
Thank
just
you.
as it is about to set and make way for the moon.
Yeah. So you heal up. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Rory?
It should be all for now.
Okay. That brings us to Redmond. So Redmond, you are no longer being pushed by the wall of force, but you would not be able to exit the rope trick yet because the wall of force would still be pushing against the base of the rope trick.
Really? So like,
Although you could just stand on it if you wanted to, I guess.
is it concentration?
It is concentration.
Oh, she didn't roll concentration when she got hit by a Diana.
You're right. Shit.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna do those right now. So what damage? It was 14 from Diana, I think.
14,
still just
yeah.
a DC 10.
So DC 10.
Oh,
Just
barely.
Makes it. So the anti-life shell is still up. However, you do have some options, Redmond, as well as an NPC companion.
Well, she's moved and she's fallen.
Yeah, she's fallen 5 feet, which means it extends 10 feet from her, and it wouldn't pass through the portal bubble, like the entrance to the portal, because the magic generally doesn't interact like that. So they would extend from her to the base of the rope trick portal. Matt probably got his call.
Yeah, not
At this
fully,
point.
yes.
How far are we into the game? Do we want to take a quick break here in the middle of combat while
Sure.
Red takes this call,
Yeah,
or
sounds
while
good.
Matt takes
Yeah.
this call?
Sounds good.
Unless, oh yeah,
Yep.
break time. See you in 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
Alright. PB keys back.
And back.
Hello back. I'm here.
Oh my god. Oh, it's all sorted now. Everything's. Apparently, some person in the UK with my last name was trying to make a payment through a third party for £5,000 out of my bank account. So
Lovely.
yeah, so the company was like, probably not gonna. let's not allow that. So yeah, so it's all sorted now.
How
I'm a
well?
bit sorry for Ludmilla.
We'll get
She just-
fucked.
She just wants to fuck over Strahd, but she can't.
What? Because she controlled by Strahd, is it?
I mean, she can't disobey her husband.
Them's the rules.
Oh, that's fucked up. Why is Strahd such a little... You know, I hate Strahd though. I don't want to kill him, but I hate him as a player.
Deep down, you want to
That's
kill
good.
I would like
Let the hate flow through you.
him.
Do it.
It's just,
Do it.
he's so
Strike me down with
original.
all of your hatred, and your journey to the dark side would be complete.
No.
I can feel it.
I can feel your anger. God, Ian McDiarmid is such a good actor. He is way better than those movies deserve. I love them, but he's like Ewan McGregor. He's just perfect in every way.
I do love me some Jennifer. I'm not gonna lie.
Perfect in every way.
I love his road trip.
Ewan McGregor. Space Jesus.
Yeah. What were you saying, Matt?
I was gonna say I absolutely love the road trip movies he does, like Long Way Down, Long Way Round with like Charlie Borman. It's just such a
I've
good
not seen them.
vibe. It's so comfortable. You should definitely should. It's great. I absolutely adore it.
I've been meaning to watch Trainspotting forever, but every time I go to watch it, I'm like, do I want to ruin my day? Maybe not.
It's a bit- yeah.
Yeah. So I believe Astora is still out, unless she is just being really quiet. I have made myself a peach mango tea.
Oh, that's lovely.
It
Oh, my arms are
tastes
so
weird.
red.
Oh, do you get burned?
Yeah. Do you guys
Yeah.
know it?
I even
Nice.
got a lot of. I even got a lot of sun cream on, because a friend apparently was at like a tiny open air, more festival than convention really. Basically like a culture appropriation day kind of thing.
Nice.
Okay.
And apparently it was overcast as if it was for Rory the whole time.
Yeah.
But still very sunny behind those clouds. And she had an outfit on where her shoulders were free. And then in the evening they started to get red when she was home.
Yeah.
Then the next day there were a couple of bubbles that started forming, and then 2 days later the whole shoulders apparently were covered with bubbles and hurt like hell.
I think that's why being brown is amazing.
Blisters is the word I'm looking for, I've been told.
Blisters.
But I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
with bubbles because it's less
Bubbles.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Bubbles. I mean,
It is a fun
bubbles
word.
actually sounds worse. It sounds like the skin is like,
It
bubbly.
was so bad that she couldn't move her shoulders or arms whatsoever because it would like pull at the skin and then make it burst and be very painful. And she right now still has slightly red shoulders from that. Because apparently she had second-degree burns
Jeez.
Yeah.
from indirect sun that
How,
came through
how
the clouds.
white is your friend?
Ellie, how white is Evo? She's not that white, right?
Jeez.
She's pale as the moon. I couldn't tell this time
That's
because
intense.
she was, well, red.
I have no idea how much Métis is in me, but I know there is at least a little bit because I get very dark in the sun. If I burn at all, I just go completely dark, and then I'll only burn once, and then I'm just brown from then on. So, yay for mixed race.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how do we think about the session so far? I know it's been
Looking
sort
good.
of it's been sort of slap and dash, technical difficulties, and then right into a combat.
I like that Rory can finally be nice.
Yeah. I
That's
like
good.
that we actually have some healing spells finally. We don't have to rely on healing spirit.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, in theory, the spells that Rory used, besides one, she had all of those the last combat as well, before the whole breaking apart thing, because she was a level 1 cleric there already.
Yeah.
So,
I was not expecting the rope trick. I had prepped a bunch of different. I've been trying to build dynamic fights because I find 5e combat to be a little stale. So I try to spice it up with interesting environments. So this one was pretty dynamic. I had plans for you to fight anywhere along this 400-foot shaft. I had 3 different spots where you could have been fighting.
Oh.
Did not expect you to go and do the rope trick. So that was pretty neat. I love being
you
surprised.
can prepare as much as you want, and they will always find a way
Exactly.
to do something else.
Exactly. One of that mini boss fight that I was working on before the game was one of the really obscure ones where if you stumbled upon it, sometimes that pays off. Like when Matt tried to open the carriage door last time, I had a plan for that. Got sprayed with some acid.
I'm still thinking of a way to describe next session on Tuesday when Matt will inevitably. That's not the right word.
No, you got it.
Inevitably.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. There we go. Inevitably will try to grapple my boss, which is an ice salamander. And he will not be able to. The thing is actually, like, from the thing that I copied it over from, is immune to grapple. So we'll have to come up with a way to describe him not being able to hold on because it's too cold.
Slimy.
Well, you said
No,
it's
it's not
ice.
slimy. It's ice cold. The thing has a thing where
So-
it takes a bunch of cold damage if you touch it or physically attack it.
I gave Ludmilla 2 different ways to deal with grappling because I figured this would probably happen. The anti-life shell was the big
have
one.
Have you ever tried to catch a slightly warm piece of ice? A slightly melted piece of ice, it just slips out of your hand.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just make all of your enemies they all recently had a shower and are covered in soap. Or they're all just like, it's really hot out, so they're all super sweaty and oily.
As you are about to face the mighty god Emperor Dragon himself, suddenly there's a guy with an enormous tub of popcorn and another guy with an enormous tub of butter, and they're walking towards each other. But oh no, the one with the butter has slipped And now the God Emperor Dragon is completely covered in slippery butter.
He is delicious and impossible to grapple.
Yeah.
You could try and grab the tub of popcorn and launch that at him in hopes that the popcorn will absorb some of the butter. And I'm happy that Matt missed that because
Yep.
What the fuck?
We're talking about plans to circumvent your grapple fetish.
Oh, you can never stop me. After
Yeah,
Matt, the next boss you are going to fight is immune to grapple.
You know what? I'll find a way.
Describing it as a fetish.
I'm gonna surround him in earth or the ground, and then I'm gonna grapple the ground.
there you go. Yeah,
The thing is, the lizard wouldn't be slippery because ice is only slippery because when you touch it, it melts.
it's
And
true.
water is slippery.
So the question is, how hot is Matt's character in your game?
Yeah.
He's a tiefling.
He's
Can
a
you believe it?
70-year-old tiefling.
Can you believe
Yeah,
it? He's playing a fucking tiefling. Filthy. Disgusting.
Phil,
How
I
dare
swear-
you?
God damn
What
it.
do you mean?
degeneracy.
That's one of pain to me. But on the plus side, he's 70 years old and he looks it. So
Sounds hot to me.
It looks like a
Unlike my character who's like 87 and doesn't look it.
yeah, she looks like fucking 30, right?
Tieflings
fair,
are like
I-
centaurs. They're all
I
hot.
gave
Doesn't
her
matter.
an item that
Exactly.
literally changes the physical and mental age of that character however she sees fit. So if she wants to, she can just become like a physical and mentally a 1-year-old.
Why would I want to do that?
That's
Toby?
pretty sus.
I don't fucking know. Maybe you want to
it's
start
pretty
over.
sus.
That's pretty sus.
It's pretty sus.
Indeed.
But anyway,
think me, it just
Physically
wants to
100
take
and
pain.
mentally 12, like me.
Oh my good. That reminds me of the shit. Sorry, Spencer.
It's okay.
let's get back to maybe.
No, it's
This is
okay.
a very
Go for it.
Okay, this reminds me of this degenerate anime, right? That people were really into, where it was like, I think it was like a 12-year-old girl, but it was fine, like making lewds because the character was like 300 years old or something.
oh yeah,
And it's
the
just-
300-year-old dragon.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like what the
The
fuck?
Dragon Warrior.
Why do people like that?
They're classic.
We're
Anyway,
very lucky that we
shall
don't
we
live
not-
in Japan and we only generally get the good anime.
Shall we not talk about borderline pedophilia?
No, let's
Oh,
not.
well, yeah,
Let's
that's
abstain.
not on screen.
Let's abstain.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sadly, we're not fighting the child bride of Strahd. That would be very
No,
fitting
not
right
yet.
now.
Not yet. You are
I'm
fighting
not
his
gonna
first
lie,
bride.
I'm a bit scared
Is
of
it
her
child-
for what I know of her. Thanks to you. Like
You're
what
welcome.
I know of her in this specific version of Curse of Strahd.
I'm exciting. Yeah. I'm exciting. I'm excited.
You are.
Uh,
I mean, I'm excited.
Hey Spencer, you are absolutely excited.
Thank you.
You're breathtaking. There you go.
Yes. None of this is vanilla. None of this is canon Curse of Strahd villains. So all of these have
It's
my
canon now.
my DNA is all over them.
Oh.
Anyway, Redmond, it is your turn up to bat. You have seen your allies have learned from your healing ways, and they have restored Diana some hit points. I imagine you look on as a proud father would, seeing your friends heal one another. Yeah, and you know that Ludmilla jumped through there. You know that Ludmilla shoved you off with a wall of force that you couldn't get through in any way. And that is what you find yourself in this extra-dimensional portal, or plane.
Yeah. Is there? Oh, there's a cheeky bit of echo. So, fuck. Okay. So, right, this thing, does it expel everything or just me?
Just you. She had to
Everything that is
designate a
not under
creature.
the construct.
So if you were undead or a construct, you could get through.
Well. So, fuck. Okay. So. Do you have string or rope?
This is a good question. You have your adventurers packs, which we barely ever use. So
Would I
you
be-
would probably have rope.
Would I be able to tie a bit of rope to my sword?
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I would
No,
say
you're not.
you're not going to use the full damage of the sword. You're going to treat this as an improvised weapon,
Actually, sorry, I've got a better idea. Can I grab the
Okay.
rope?
like the rope trick rope.
And... No, my rope.
Your rope. Gotcha.
Lasso time.
Lasso time. All right.
Lasso time. So I would like to spin the rope and try and grapple her.
Well, I'm gonna need to reread the description of the rope trick thing, because my understanding is you have to pass through the thing. You can't just like throw stuff through it, because otherwise people would just shoot arrows into the rope trick and you'd get shot inside.
That is what people do.
That is what people do.
That is what people do.
Okay, in that
Yeah,
case,
that's how the spell works.
if that's how the spell works, then yes, I will allow you to do this. So you can see her plummeting away beneath you as you approach the portal. You can get it swinging above your head.
And fire.
It's the question. I don't imagine you would be proficient in this. You were not a rancher. You were a mercenary and an urchin.
Red Dead Redemption coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I did have odd jobs though, but I'm sure maybe it's something I'm not proficient in. Maybe I mean the idea came from somewhere.
Do you have proficiency with whips?
I am a fighter, so yes.
Like on your character sheet?
He would
think
have martial weapon proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
then whips would be covered, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I will allow you to make a whip attack. If you hit, instead of doing damage, you will have hooked her. So that's going to be a d20 plus your dexterity.
Can it be strength as well because it's a finesse weapon?
This is ranged.
Whips are actually reach and not range.
Oh.
But we
That's
can
weird.
rule it if you want
To
to
use
be
whips.
range. It makes sense to be dex, I think.
Yeah. I think this is definitely dex. We'll say it's a ranged. Sorry, Matt. I can't see why your strength of arms would make you particularly good at delicately hooking a rope around somebody. Oh no, my internet! Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you.
There we go.
Welcome back, Smith.
Internet crashed for some reason. What I was saying was I can't see a reason why your strength of arms would help you delicately hook a rope on somebody falling at speeds.
I just want to say, do you know how whips, right? When you do them at speed, right?
Yeah.
They just naturally cut. So I'm just doing the obligatory PC player arguing, right?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Tell me something. So do you know when you strike a whip or you strike something really strong like just anything long at like a tree or something, it naturally wraps like a bowler, right?
Yeah.
They just naturally wrap around the thing. So by throwing this rope, it's less a lasso and more just a show of force, like the inertia of the strength throwing just naturally causes to wrap around with me.
You ever used a whip?
Yeah.
Realize? Okay,
I-
well,
The harder you flick your wrist, the worse it goes. It's more about
Yeah.
precision.
yeah, but then you have it at that sweet spot, and like you whip it back at that sweet spot, right?
Honestly,
So,
yes.
I like to
If you
think-
try to go hard, you will hit yourself in the face.
But if you go hard and then suddenly go hard backwards at that sweet spot, will it
You will
work?
hit yourself in the face even
Yeah,
harder.
yeah.
You will literally
Honestly,
whip
yeah.
yourself in the face.
Like, I've never
Right.
used a lasso, but I have used a whip.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Whip is not about strength, it is very much about skill. So, the thing is, I know what you're alluding to, Matt. You're alluding at the phenomena where the whip being a flexible weapon wraps
The
itself.
reversal, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But you know how hard do you need to do so that it wraps and stays that way?
I just want to say,
Really light.
I just want to say, I have 20 strength. I'm jacked.
Well,
No.
this is all also moot because this is a lasso, not a whip. but just
That's true.
yes, Mia.
I mean, it sounds like he wants to do it with strength, and so how I would rule it would be roll a d100, and the higher you go, the more you fuck up, and if it's too high, you would smack yourself.
That's interesting.
Or like accidentally, since this is more of a lasso kind of deal, accidentally manage to somehow get it around yourself.
That's true.
Grapple yourself and fall to the ground.
I would give you, if you're going really hard, I would put the threshold at.
Lasso is also not about going hard, by the way.
What's that?
Lasso is also not about going hard. You don't need
No.
strength for lasso.
It's strength is more useful when you pull it tight. I would give you a 25% success chance. So you would have to roll above a 75, or you would tangle yourself up.
Hang on, myself. Oh, this has gotten worse and worse, gang.
You're gonna grapple yourself?
Yeah.
Because you argued. You were already allowed to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
20,
my
25%.
So, yeah, that's real bad. So you think you got it. You're ready to go. You whip this thing as hard as you can, and what actually happens is you're too enthusiastic, and your hand bounces off the anti-life shell, and so your hand bounces back, and you toss the rope up in the air, and it miraculously, like a cartoon, just coils around you as it falls back down.
Fuck.
Hello, Vin.
Can I?
You're very loud. Holy crap.
Considering how bad you roll, does he fall out of the...
No, nothing like that. Yeah, you're safe. Nothing like that. You're also not like mechanically restrained or anything. It's very ridiculous and comical, and everybody is laughing silently to themselves, I'm sure.
Rory's not
Diana's fine. Everyone's safe. Let's take a cheeky moment to laugh.
You know, it's like every cartoon where they go to a car dealership with a bunch of tires. You know how the tires always land perfectly around somebody in a ring?
Yes.
That's exactly what happens with this rope. It's amazing. It's beautiful. He could not have planned this better. If he tried, he could not have nailed this.
So Redmond bursts out laughing and just like, oh, this is so silly. Everyone okay? All right, and I'll prepare. Yeah, I'll just I can't move any more right outside the room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I'll stay there.
Okay. Vasilka, is she just going to stay and continue listening to Celina?
That's a question, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was just...
My intonation was off, I guess. Is Vasilka going to stay outside and listening to Celina, or is she going to do anything?
She's on some in the grounds and listen to Succumb.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna vibe.
She vibes. So Celina continues talking gentle words to Vasilka, and Vasilka looks on with the face of an angel infant that's been stitched together and reanimated.
Falling apart a couple of times because of abusive dad.
Yeah. Diana, you're up next. All of the same things apply. Ludmilla is plummeting down the shaft. Redmond very comically tried to catch her. You have been restored to some hit points.
If I were able to restrain her, she wouldn't be able to fly, right? And so she would hit the ground and take all the damage.
I will say you have not seen her have fly damage yet. You have seen her transform into mist, and you have seen her spider climb.
Okay. Let me look at the restrained position. Because they can still take action. Yeah, they can still take actions on the restrained, I think. So she just turned into mist, and then...
Well, she is in the moonbeam.
Getting there? What? Oh,
she is in the moonbeam for the next 30 feet or so.
Moonbeam. Okay. I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
And then shoot at her twice with a longbow.
All right. So as you pull back the bow from Diana, some of her, she was was it a wood elf or a high elf?
Wood elf.
Wood elf. Perfect. So as you pull this back, you can almost hear her whispering her, because you didn't learn how to use a bow in the Underdark. You can almost hear her instruction in your ear as you pull the bow back. And as you let it go, they become entangled with vines as they shoot out at Ludmilla.
Perfect. 23 to hit.
That will certainly hit. She has an AC of 15.
She needs to make...
I would have hit with Dex. Fuck!
Shouldn't have
You
argued.
stop dying, like.
It's what you get.
That's a
Oh,
crit fail.
Let's go.
So you hit her. She becomes restrained, and she drops her concentration on the anti-life shell. So Redmond, you immediately feel like you were you standing on the portal to throw this
Oh
down?
no, she makes. Sorry, makes a strength saving throw. Or
This is for the concentration
Yeah.
on anti-life shell. But I will make that check in a second. Redmond, were you standing on the portal entrance?
Yes.
Okay. You begin falling. Would you like to use a reaction to catch yourself, or do you want to just let yourself drop?
I want to take 20d6 damage, please. No, I want to.
Oh, I'm a spider!
To be fair, that'll be like 10 rounds, and also Volk is there. So
Wait, how
Catch.
deep is this? How deep is this?
200 feet down, and you fall 30 feet per
You
round?
fall 200
No,
or
you-
500 feet per round. It's
Oh, never
really
mind. So
cheap.
next round you would just die.
Can I use my reaction to catch him?
No, it's okay. I'll just grab the rope.
So let's get a acrobatics check.
Athletics and strength, right? Because I'm strong. And
Right, this
both
isn't
times
balanced.
it's
This
mostly
is just catching. That's fair. Athletics is it? Athletics it is.
that. Oh, that's a 23.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
catch the trick rope, and you skid to a halt. Your armor helps you, and you hear it wince a little bit from the friction from dragging down the rope a little bit. But then you can look up from where you are, and you see 8 spidery eyes staring back at you.
Oh, Jesus.
But yes,
I-
you have caught yourself.
Fine.
So then Ludmilla is hit by ensnaring strike, so
DC 30.
must succeed on a
strength
strike save. She is good at those, which is good news for me.
Shouldn't have said it. No, she's gonna fail.
save. Oh,
15.
she succeeds.
Yeah, so the vines begin wrapping around her, but she flexes her way out of it. She actually turns in midair to glare back at you.
I'm gonna take my second attack then.
Okay. And
Four
ensnaring
trades hit.
strike is only the first attack.
It's only the first
Yeah.
one, yeah.
20 will hit, so she takes another 14.
Nice.
Goddamn. That is a beast.
And it's absolute beast. Holy shit.
Against undead, which this campaign is mostly.
Yeah.
So, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Volk. So Volk, you at this point would be, I think, elevation-wise, Ludmilla, Redmond, and you are roughly the same height right now in the shaft.
Okay.
Redmond's on the rope, you're on the wall, Ludmilla's falling.
Alright,
That's right. Sorry, before this, thank you,
just
Rory.
dismiss the...
Redmond, you entered
I
the
think-
moonbeam.
I'm just gonna dismiss the moonbeam at some point.
Red's turn
like,
was
as soon
first,
as I
so
can.
yeah. That's a fail.
Right, how much
So
should I take?
2d10.
Oh,
Now it's a
no.
crit. Jesus.
I finally got a
Jesus.
And it was on an ally.
Hey, there you go, my guy.
No, because... Fuck me.
At
Yeah.
that point, I'm gonna drop this.
So, like, what I
moonbeam
imagine
because
is
it's not
you-
doing any help.
You skidded to a halt and made eye contact with Volk, and then you started burning.
I just want to... So because I'm a shapeshifter, I lose...
Yeah. All of a sudden, Redmond turns into a gray amorphous humanoid. He's been a
Oh,
changeling the
no.
whole
I
time,
wouldn't be surprised if all this time you've been a changeling.
or a doppelganger the whole time.
Oh, that'd be pretty
He has done it before,
I've done it before.
where he
Dude,
was a
I'll
fucking
do it
changeling
again.
and acted like he was a fucking Goliath the whole time.
We did it in this game too.
That's true.
Yeah. So you're
Alright.
dropping concentration. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Good news, for me.
I could just cast it later. It's fine. I could have moved it at some point, but I didn't. Anyways, I'm going to roll a d6 to see if something recharges. It does not. Volk is going to skitter and attack with a bite, +5 to hit.
Okay.
the 11. Does 11 hit Ludmilla?
Unfortunately not. She has an AC of 15.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so.
Just like me.
That's all.
Okay.
Volk skitters down so that they are below Ludmilla.
Okay. This is great because on her turn, she is going to grab onto you. You are larger than her.
You can grapple once or twice,
I
right?
am.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time have people started their turns. Anyways, I just noticed something on my character sheet not my character sheet, my animal sheet.
Okay.
Hold aura. Any creature that starts its turn within 5 feet of the queen takes 5 cold or 2d4 cold damage.
Is that a beast? That's not in my stat block. What's that from?
It's Ice Spider Queen from Storm King's Thunder.
Storm King's Thunder. And it's a beast?
Yeah.
Why would it have elemental
a large
abilities as a
beast.
beast?
It's an Ice Spider Queen.
I think.
And then I would be definitely afraid.
I'm suspicious
the question
about
is, did the lady start within 5 feet? Which I don't think.
Because I moved within 5 feet of her.
Okay. I'll allow it. I would normally say that would count as a monstrosity. Because beasts are supposed to be just mundane animals.
It is a beast. I've got it set
It's a
up there.
beast.
That's some bullshit. Real animals can't do that. I call
To be
shenanigans.
perfectly honest, it is a special module creature.
It's an Ice
so
It's-
Spider.
yeah.
it is perfectly up to you to decide that one doesn't count.
I will say that since you had no reason to assume that I would not allow it. We will allow it. So,
Despite that was-
how does your aura work?
A creature that starts within 5 feet of me takes 2d4 damage.
Okay.
Worse, but
So
again.
you may roll it. She resists cold
I
damage.
rolled it.
Oh, there we go. So 4
It's
damage.
8.
So
It's
she,
4.
so she takes 4 cold damage. And then she's going to land on your back, using you as a platform. Then she is going to reach into her little baby Bjorn, and she is going to pull out a little urn. Those of you looking down from above can see this urn, and she turns it over in her hands, and then she looks up. She can't see into the rope trick, but she knows you're there, presumably. She's going to smile, and she's going to say, "A present for you, Redmond." She's going to toss this urn up.
Why is she obsessed with Redmond?
The urn enters the rope trick in a perfect arc, lands, and breaks on the ground next to your feet. Redmond, coming up from the urn, is
It's your
a
shadow.
familiar figure. Stop giving it away!
Wait, what?
That was a guess, but
Uh,
I
No.
knew a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know this. This was a pure guess.
And
Yeah, I
joined
guess-
by him are 3 more shadows.
Ooh,
Is
Wait.
it actually the?
Yes, you see a shadowy, spectral version of yourself. Your face is locked in a horrific rictus jaw grin. Your jaw is like locked open in a scream, similar to that picture. And your eyes are crazed, and you don't seem to know what quite is going on. But when your wraith self sees yourself, he freezes, and then he screams. And I'm gonna roll initiative for them.
Fuck.
So for a moment I thought that the urn was fucking gas warfare. Just chuck fucking gas bomb in the thing.
Well, I
That
mean,
would have been fun.
they are sort of gaseous. They're shadows.
Violating the what's
War crimes. The Geneva Convention on War Crimes.
the Kraz agreement.
Are you guys civilians? I don't know if you guys are civilians anymore.
Mustard gas.
Yeah, we're not civilians at this point.
I'm actually very scared of those shadows. They can kill me in 2 attacks.
Yeah,
And I
target
don't have
shadows.
IAC.
So they can
Oh.
kill me in a bit more than 2 attacks, but their scare have only 14 strength.
Okay,
So
6.
so that was Ludmilla's turn, which is red.
Youch.
I'm going to change the name of this real quick so I don't forget now that we have multiple tokens here.
We should have been suspicious that things were going to come out when he has all
Mhm.
4 of those things up.
Well, there was many things that could have happened. So Shadow Redmond is actually going to go next. So that was Ludmilla's action, was breaking that. What else can Ludmilla do on her turn before her turn is over?
I know what I'm gonna do.
I
And
think
it's gonna be fun.
she's going to call up to you, Rory, and she's going to say, Rory, I still want that holy symbol. You don't know what it means to me and my people. Come out and talk. We can talk. Leave your friends.
No, I don't think I will.
How about no?
I'm here with my dear friends. We have finally gotten back on the same page after being torn apart for such a long time. It would be so lovely if you could join us, and then we free Irina, and then Strahd would be very angry. But now you try to... Ludmilla, you should know better than this. I'm disappointed.
Ludmilla is going to sigh in annoyance. I also love the image of Rory being so polite when a screaming wraith is in Redmond's face, right next to her. Exactly.
Really?
Speaking of the screaming
Pretty
wraith,
good race stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the screaming wraith,
Oh,
Redmond, you are looking in your own face. Yes.
Are we able to say something at all?
Yeah. Go for it.
Look at you. I am so sorry. Must have been alone this whole time. There's... Go ahead, sorry.
No, you finished. I had a response. Yeah, go for it.
And just almost uncontrollably, even kind of Redmond has kind of his still stoic face, and almost without his control or without his consent, really, these kind of like dark tears starts pouring from his eyes.
Your shadow responds to you, and it says, "Alone? We've always been alone, mate. Don't you realize everything we've done? We deserve this. We deserve all of it. The screams. Oh, the screams. You remember. You remember the nightmares. Every day is a nightmare." And then he winces as it doesn't trigger. But he is going to come at you. So his arms, as he reaches for you, extend into long hooked blades, like the T-1000, but made of shadow.
Yeah.
And he is going to swing these blades at you as he approaches.
I'm glad you
no,
forgot
that's the
to
wrong one.
check on the demon baby even after I told you about it.
I forgot. You're right. Thank you. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to remind you, because I know how fucking hard it is to keep track of the stupid recharge.
Ignore the life drain.
That's
The
fine.
2 attacks. The first one hits.
That's...
So that's going to be 8 necrotic.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
You don't take any damage. He is going to grapple you with this.
Let go.
So his first
Easy
attack, he
off
grapples you. His next attack would have advantage then. So his
No,
next
'cause
attack.
It's I'm not. Grapple doesn't cause advantage. It's just if you grapple someone and then shove them prone, then they're prone and they can't get up. So that's what gives advantage. if that makes sense.
Oh, rules. Yeah, so he strikes at you twice with his extended arms, and then he's got his arms wrapped around you, and he's sort of curled around you like a cloak, and you hear him whispering in your ear. He says, "It's just pain. You remember the pain. We never paid, we cannot pay. They're all gone. We're alone. We're alone. We're alone. We're alone. We're alone."
Ain't that the truth, brother? I don't say this, but I feel this. Let's wait for my turn.
Additionally, when Shadow Redmond appears, everybody within 5 feet of Shadow Redmond is affected by his inane muttering. as he is very clearly disassociating in and out. Everybody within 5 feet of Shadow Redmond, which would be everybody at the portal entrance, is under the effects of a bane while in that circumference. So as long as you're in melee with Shadow Redmond, you subtract a d4 from all of your attacks and ability checks.
Fortunate that I have 15
saving
feet
throws.
range.
Celina, you're up next.
Yeah, with all the commotion, I guess she would at least go to the little opening and think, "Are you guys gonna be okay? I said I didn't want to do anything against Strahd, but I'm not just gonna let you die, so..."
Ludmilla
Seems
looks
like-
at you and says, "Who the hell are you?"
"Oh, pardon me, Celina Marley. Archmage Apprentice. Guest of Strahd? I'm kinda just tagging along. I don't mean to interrupt."
Kind of a big deal, man.
She narrows her eyes at you and says, "Have you spoken to Strahd?"
Well, of course I have.
She sets her jaw, and then that is the end of that interaction for now.
And Celina's just gonna give her this puzzle look like, "What's going on?"
Okay.
I guess that's my turn. Dodge action.
Then Preacher is next.
Yes, it is me. So, what are we thinking about here? Okay, this will hit more allies than enemies, so I will just try to hit her twice.
Okay.
With my greatsword.
Are you? You are in the rope trick, so you're gonna come down.
No, I'm on Volk now.
Oh,
Because
Ludmilla is also on
Take
Volk.
cold damage.
Because Ludmilla landed on Volk, I just forgot to move the token.
Yep. So
I am also
Uh-huh.
gonna need. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check, Volk.
Oh, because too many people.
2 people. One of them is 7 feet tall. The other one is a very heavy lizard man.
With your beast form, right? Like stats. Like,
It's true. 27 will certainly hit.
how about the 18?
18 you will as well. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh. With a 14.
Well, I also need to make the con check against the.
No, it's a 16. It's a 16 plus 2. The moonbeam is gone.
Okay, the moonbeam is gone. Good.
So much going on.
that is so
Sorry.
fucking well, that's beautiful.
First of all, she takes 32 radiant damage,
Holy shit, she sure does.
and her healing abilities are halved.
Oh, nice.
Until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Well, she can't heal anyway because radiant damage.
True, but
She's looking
that's
rough.
on top. Yeah, and I will also bite her.
Okay.
She's
Fitting.
a vampire now, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I love it. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
you hit.
Damn.
She has resistance on your
Yay,
bite.
lizard person.
Makes sense.
So you only do 1 damage. But you do bite her. What is a d3 for?
For the decision which I have to make. I have two
Gotcha.
things I can
Gotcha.
do.
Okay, am I forgetting anything? Habiki, you have had your turn. Toatl, anything else
Yes.
Toatl wants to do?
Nothing.
With the 14, Volk, you are beginning to lose your grip, and you are sliding down the
Okay.
wall.
It was
It's a 16. It's plus 2.
Oh, never mind. Then you're fine. I had it at a 15 in my head, so I was going to give you another chance to save, but you were going to fall a ways. But with a 16, you're fine.
Sorry, I didn't add the modifier.
That's okay.
in thing.
Rory, you are up next.
Yeah. So, the one would have been create sunlight with the symbol of Ravenkind. Number 2 would have been a lovely thing called Turn Undead.
Yeah.
Number 3, which I rolled, is Turn Undead, but with the symbol of Ravenkind, which makes it so that everyone that has to roll does so with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So, the way that Turn Undead works is they don't have to see me, they have to hear me or see me. So
Yeah.
I present my symbol to the lovely shadows, and I speak loudly a prayer to the sun, and then at the end just add a little. Don't you agree, Ludmilla? The sun would be so lovely to see again in this cursed place that you call home. Then I did this. DC 15 wisdom save.
DC 15, the wisdom save.
At disadvantage because the things from the
Within
symbol
30
for you.
feet, and it would pass through the barrier
Yeah.
of rope trick.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she can't see me, but she can hear me.
Yeah. So I will do the shadows first. Does does the holy symbol of Ravenkind cause destroy undead if they fail?
I mean, I have Destroy Undead CR1.
But you're casting it with the
No,
symbol,
the way
so
it
to
works
carry
is
over?
I still use my own channel divinity.
Gotcha.
But
You're
I
just
can use-
using it to cast it.
I can use the symbol and three of the the whole symbol of Ravenkind is my holy symbol that I use
Yeah.
for this. And if I do so, I can use 3 of the
Gotcha.
points to give them a disadvantage. Like it is the only holy symbol I have, so
Gotcha.
I guess.
So I'll do the
Rory
shadows
can,
first.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were
let's
saying?
see. So I guess to become a cleric, Rory had to first find a legendary holy symbol.
Yeah.
I am not gonna use this 2 silver piece holy symbol from the bargain bin. Because I'm worth.
So that's a 2
What?
Yeah,
and
that
a
one's gone.
3
That one's gone.
and a
That
7.
one's gone.
So the shadows are burned away in this holy light as they are
Damn.
destroyed.
Lovely.
Huge.
Redmond is up
kind.
next. Shadow
Yeah.
Redmond.
Oh, what? Yeah, oh, Shadow Redmond.
Yeah. That's going to be a 5. So Shadow Redmond's CR is 5. So he is not
Yeah.
destroyed, but he is turned. So for
He
turn,
must run away
he
until
has to
he gets
run
damaged by
away
someone.
until he
Only
gets
on his
damaged by
turn.
someone on his turn. Okay, so I'm going to add a little turn symbol on him, so we hopefully won't forget. What is a good turn
Ludmilla.
symbol? I do Ludmilla next. Ludmilla is next. Wisdom save.
Ah,
Yeah, she's good. She is going to hear you say these words, and then she is going to flinch, and she's going to shout up at you again. She says, "My father went up to that elven stronghold with the dead gods. He came back with 2 items. The bloody spear and that symbol. Strahd stole it from me, as my dowry. Give it back."
I don't think I will.
It's a no for me, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
So Red, you can feel.
Is this colonial,
What was your question?
is this colonial thievery?
I mean, it was Gothic times, back in the ancient
Anyway.
days.
I'm
Yes.
gonna
So
use the rope
Rory.
trick because I think I look at Diana and Redmond like, you're gonna do fine. This is your fight to do, fight, not mine. So, good luck. Call me if you need me, and then I will fly out the rope trick and then fly a good 15 feet away from the group that is currently sitting on top of Volk.
Yeah.
Just look at Ludmilla. I mean, if you really, really want it, you will have to get it yourself. And that's my turn.
Okay. Redmond, you are up next. The shadow that is wrapped around you is it's very upset, agitated. It is trying to get off of you, even more so than before.
I mean, so it grappled me, right? So. Shit. So what did it say again? What did you say? Sorry, Spencer.
It was
Something about pain.
yeah. The pain never goes away. We live the nightmare every day. We are alone. We're alone. We're alone. We're alone. We can't fix it. We can't undo it. Just muttering like that over and over again. It's almost like a gibbering mouther. the constant
Yeah.
muttering from your shadow.
So I'll kind of, as it's wrapped its hooks around me, I will in turn wrap my arms around it, and I'll whisper, "We have been alone all our lives, but that has never stopped us from easing pain, from being good. And now, with our friends, we are alone no longer. Come home to rest. I prepared everything. And, I would like to grapple it, but hug it, basically.
Reverse grapple.
Reverse grapple.
Yeah, make your attack roll. Or your athletics check, I guess, would be what it is. It is going to try to resist.
Oh, that's a 9.
Hmm.
So, oh shit, it's as strong as me, isn't it? But
Same stats. You're wrestling with
21.
yourself.
I'm
Alright.
literally wrestling with myself. Let's go. Come on. The only one who can be Redmond is Redmond. The
22.
only one who can be Redmond. God damn it.
So you are squirming around each other on the ground. Well, not necessarily because you're not prone, but you're squirming around each other, trying to get a one up each other. It's like a thumb war, but with your whole bodies.
Exactly. It is insane, and that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Those would have also been all minus D4, by the way. I have to remember that, but-
It's just saving throws and attacks, right? Bane. Saving throws and attack doesn't. It's not ability checks.
If that is the case, then yes. I may have misread Bane.
It's okay. Ability checks on grapple are a bit broken, but it's self-invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's attack rolls the same first.
Okay, so Dana, you see Red is wrestling his shadow. You feel sick from all of the shadow's mutterings. And yeah, you can see the situation below, and Rory, and all this good stuff.
Okay, is the muttering, like, is the bane effect, is that only when within 5 feet, or
Yeah,
is
as
it
long as you're within melee with him,
consistently-
as long as you're within melee range of Shadow Redmond, you have the Bane effect.
Well, Shadow Redmond's turned, right?
Yes.
So I'm
He'll
not
start
gonna
running
try.
away next.
I'm not gonna try attacking him. I'm gonna move 5 feet away, still around the opening, and poke my bow out and try and get 2 more shots in on Lord Miller.
Okay, without the Bane effect, that works.
1, 2. Oh, shouldn't. I still have the bane effects on, but
Okay.
10
The
misses. So
yeah, the 26 will certainly hit, and that's going to be 7 plus 4 is a 13,
11. So yeah.
and it is a
11 damage.
non-magical weapon.
It isn't. It is, yeah.
This time, it's not
And I
magical.
only have 2 arrows left, so
There you go. Make them count.
yep.
Volk,
Oh,
Echo.
sorry. I have a vial of holy water. Could I have used
Oh.
that to, you know what, I'll just
That'll be an
throw-
action, I think, because it'd be an improvised
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, I'll throw
But yeah,
it
you can throw it next
time.
time. Volk. You are being ridden by a lizard and a giant lady.
Yep.
Rory is flying nearby.
I'm gonna roll a d6 to see if something happens. It does not. I cannot try to shake her off because then I might shake off the lizard man.
It's true, and it's a long fall.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna try to bite her, I guess.
Imagine that, having a
D20
PC
plus-
that cares about collateral damage. Who knew?
That's plus 20.
To bite at Ludmilla?
Yes.
That will certainly hit her.
Yes.
Do I want to make any ruling on whether they need to hold on at all? Because you are their mount. So to get in a position to bite her, I'm going to have Toatl and Ludmilla make dexterity saving throws as you maneuver around. We'll set the DC at... You are a spider, which means you're kind of a lumpy thing to be standing on anyway. It's pretty high. We'll set it at a 16.
Okay.
Could I like wrap a appendage around Toatl while I'm maneuvering
Do you have a multi-attack?
No.
Okay. I would say it would be one or the other.
Okay.
Oh, well, Ludmilla failed.
Let's hope for a good roll. Ooh,
Hey.
Yeah.
20.
So I will say with your appendage, you can signal to Toatl what you're going to do. Then you maneuver in such a
Well, I
way
can
that...
telepathically signal.
That works too. You maneuver in such a way that Ludmilla slips off your back and begins falling, and you can chomp her in midair.
I do so. I think. One second. Have I gotten to the spell where, or the level where? Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, your attacks are
count
magical.
as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance.
Mhm.
So it is 1d8 plus 3 piercing, and please make a Constitution save.
Okay.
1d8. That's 1d8 plus 3, so that's 8.
Okay.
That's definitely a fail.
That is definitely a fail.
Yep. I'm not entirely sure what the DC is, given the whole. I'm not sure where the DC comes from, but whatever it is, it's definitely higher than 6.
Yeah.
And then it takes 2d8. Nice. Poison damage.
Okay. She's immune to poison, so that isn't going to trigger. Unfortunate.
Well, sure, that's fine. And she continues to fall.
Yeah. You're just going to let her drop?
And I'm going to let her drop.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my movement to back up a little and kind of like, I'm going to try to kind of like push Toatl off of me.
Gotcha. Like a tunnel web spider. Are you going to try to push him back into the stairwell?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess so.
That works.
Smart place to put him.
Okay. Ludmilla is up next. I will remember the infant's wail this time. Thank you, Mia. That's a 2, so it's nothing. So as she is plummeting, she is going to spin around in midair, and then she is going to let go of the mask on her features. And what was before the very stoic face of a princess, this beautiful stoic warrior woman, suddenly her skin sinks in and her jaw opens wide and her eyes sink back into her skull. Yes.
If that was a shape-changing ability,
It's
that
not.
would have shown it. Okay.
It's not.
It would have shown itself when she failed the moonbeam.
It would go to her true form.
She's gonna reverse turn you. So everybody that can see her. So that would be Rory, Toatl, and Volk. And Diana's also looking down the hole. So Diana, Rory, Toatl, and Volk, you need to make saving throws. Wisdom saving throws.
I haven't. I said before that I think I have advantage on stuff against my favorite enemy, and I do. It's from the greatest
There you
favorite
go.
enemy feature. I thought it was from Iron Mind, but
Go for it. Nothing.
Everybody you're rolling right here. Ooh. We're not afraid of you.
At that point,
Oh, okay.
she is just going to set her jaw, and then she is going to turn back and continue falling straight down. She's going to hit the bottom. You can see, or you hear, a very loud splat. And then nothing.
Back just in time.
This easy?
Celina, can I call down Celina? Cast that light spell and throw a stone down there for us.
Okay. Shadow Redmond is up next. So Shadow Redmond is going to disengage from you, Red, and is going to try to get away from Rory as far as he can. So Rory, you're 10 feet down from the entrance to the rope trick.
Yeah, he has to use his action to dash away from me
Yeah.
every single turn, and then he gets to do the wisdom save again.
Uh,
Still at disadvantage because of the
and
Ravenkind.
it's seeing you doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So he can't actually disengage. He
yeah.
has
They
to
can't
back.
disengage.
This will trigger regardless because it doesn't trigger. And then he is going to use his action, to run away.
So you can't disengage. This one.
No.
For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Yeah. He is going to let go of you, Red, and he is going to try to get away from you.
It can dodge if there's no
mainly
way to
Mia.
move to.
I would like to.
Yeah, go for it. Make your check. He is going to try to resist it.
Of course he does, because he's a hunk of man. But, oh, Jesus.
You don't get a handle on him. He's gonna get to the far edge of this interdimensional space, and then he's just gonna cower, continuing to mutter to himself, occasionally shrieking out loud.
Can redo the DC 15 Wisdom save at disadvantage at the end of his turns.
Thank you.
Or was it? Yeah, I think it was.
That's a 17. So the turn effect ends.
Oh, actually, never mind. I will take that back. The
It's if he
is
takes damage,
turn
right?
for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Yeah, I thought so.
I was confusing it with another thing that I have.
Okay, this is what I got for believing you, Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he remains kneeling in the corner, screaming and muttering to himself. Celina is up next. So Celina, you watched Ludmilla drop out of sight, and you heard a crunch down at the base of the shaft.
Well, Celina's gonna make a perception check to see if something that might determine for her if that lady is dead.
Perception check might work. Do you have dark vision?
I think I
Well,
do. Yes,
even
because
if you do, does it go up to 200 feet?
No.
Okay.
Maybe her potential knowledge about vampires and fall damage.
So what you would know is that vampires are not immune to fall damage. They have many ways to get around that, especially if they can shape change. But consider you heard a splat. You would guess that isn't the case here. That she did not last minute out herself there.
And then she's just gonna look at Toatl and the spider, and I guess throwing like, I guess you don't need my help then. Then I will just do what I did and stay out of this. And she goes back to Vazilka.
Okay. So Preacher. Ludmilla dropped out of sight. You can hear that the screaming has moved away from the rope trick up above. What would you like to do?
Okay, so let me see how far is my dark vision. I have only 120 feet, unfortunately.
Still a lot. You would have seen her
Still a
for a
lot.
long way down there.
Did she, while she was falling, did she seem like she was like trying to shapeshift or anything, or
No.
doing something?
No. She continued in the position where she was turned back to you with her arms, almost like a bad Christ metaphor, falling back first towards the ground, as if she was a Zack Snyder character.
Okay, then I think I will just crawl into the staircase and just continue to look down for possible threats.
Sure.
That's it.
Okay. Rory, you're up next.
Well, Diana asked me to drop something down with light, so I will do that. What do I actually have? She doesn't have a lot of stuff on herself.
Wisdom level you can pick up.
I know what I'm gonna do because I don't know how to use them properly anymore after my rebirth. I would like to take my teeth tools. One of the few remaining things from my past
Yeah.
more criminal lifestyle. I would like to cast light on the tea stools, and then
Okay.
I would drop them down the shaft so
Toss them
that
down.
they eventually plop down at the end of my turn and give light to the bottom where we can potentially see the splattered corpse of Ludmilla.
Okay.
And then I would fly back into the rope trick area and look concerningly at Red.
Yeah.
If you-
As you peer down, watching the light drop, it clatters against the ground, and I need you to make a perception check. It is a long way.
I mean,
It is something you're really good at. So
I also have, where is it? The doubled vision range from Skill Mastery.
that's
so.
true.
Besides the fact that I also have a plus 10 perception.
It's hard to spot, but you don't see a body down there. What you see instead, there is a very heavy red-tinged fog that is sort of coalescing, swirling at the bottom of this shaft.
Would
Cause
Rory know that that is like the blood fog thing that the vampires can do, where they potentially eventually rebuild themselves?
You would be familiar with the concept of a misty escape. Yes. So it
we all
would
know
seem
how to
that Ludmilla is a full vampire, not just a vampire spawn.
She's not gonna bother us for some time. But she
We
will.
all know about how vampires work, right? Because of the Book of Strahd.
Yeah, so the way Misty Escape works is if a vampire drops to 0 hit points and they are not in direct sunlight, they turn into mist. And I think I'm just going to
And
post it.
they then
'Cause you would
move
know.
to their coffin and rebuild
Yeah.
over the span of, I think, a couple days.
2 hours.
I
Oh, no, 2
could
hours till
be
it's
a
destroyed.
sup-
It takes,
I could be a super cunt. I can cast true sunlight with the Ravenloft symbol.
that would be 30
Ooh.
feet of you.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I mean, you can always drop down there too.
Yeah, I could. No,
Wait, can she transform because of Moonbeam?
Moonbeam's gone.
It doesn't reach.
It is
doesn't
not
reach
a
It
Doesn't
also
make
would never reached. No, this is one of their innate abilities.
Oh, so she can't control. It's only when
it is
she's
not a
in
shame
the
changer
league she
ability.
can
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's more like an innate spell.
Yeah.
And I guess I already said I was going back into the rope trick and
Yeah.
concerning it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you need help, we have a bit of knowledge, when it comes to getting back together with your other half.
I look at Rory and say, "No, I need your help. He's lost, and I think we can find him again with your help."
I think with that we're going to end initiative because he is so thoroughly scared. Now that Ludmilla was gone, he was basically just acting on Ludmilla's behalf because Ludmilla has dominion over Strahd's servants,
Minions.
his minions, because she is the first bride. But now that she is indisposed, Shadow Redmond is he's sort of curled in on himself, and he's in the fetal position and rocking back and forth.
Oh,
And
oh,
yeah, he's still muttering to himself over and over again about how we can't take it back, we can't bring them back, we can't take it back, we can't bring them back.
I'll, like a dad over a terrified, traumatized child. Redmond will come up and
What's
just
his name in it?
hover over the shadow and say, "Hey, you can't take it back. You can live. You don't need to get it, bud. You're not in this alone."
But Red, we did that, and we did it all, not just the bomb, everything after. We chose that.
And I. We did. We did. You and I. But that's not the end for us. We live on together and we make up for our actions. That's the way we've decided. That's the way to move forward. We don't do it alone. No. We do it with our friends, the people we care about, people who've chosen us despite knowing the awful things we did. people who accept us, the people who love us.
But what if we
So
hurt
that
them?
in time, sorry, I was the one that said this. So
Ah,
that in
oh,
time,
yeah.
with enough care, we can finally start to learn to love ourselves.
What if they leave us too? What if we hurt them too? What if we lose them?
If we lose them, we'll remember them together. Because as long as we breathe, they will never die, they will never be forgotten. And to be honest, I've tried losing one of these, and she's still right here.
I remember everything. But only the pain. Only the pain I can feel. All the other memories, they fade away. Red, you know, when you're alone in the dark,
Late at night, just before you sleep.
the bright doesn't seem so bright, and the smiles don't seem so happy. All I can remember is the screams, and knowing that I caused them. How do we choose which memories to remember?
We can't choose the memories that haunt us, but we can persist despite them. We can use them to get better. And we are. If you come home, I can show you the light I have found, the warmth of friendship that has allowed me to persist and sleep.
I would like to
And
sleep.
it gets better. Then come home. I made the bed for you. It just needs an occupant.
But
Oh, your mic's not picking up anything specific.
oh, sorry, I'm muttering to myself. But they'll die. Red, you know that. You know they'll die, and it'll just be us again. It'll just be us. We've had friends before. They left. We had Mom, and she left. They're gonna leave too.
Maybe they will. But for this brief moment of our lives, it is lit. It is one heart. I'm going to take back lit because of its secondary term. It is illuminated. It is loving and it is warm. Even if just for a brief moment, and with the knowledge that it will be pain in the end, it's nice to feel warm.
Is that enough?
Not now.
He will tentatively extend a hand to you.
And extend mine almost in the mirror.
Yeah. Your hands touch, and you feel a sensation you'd almost forgot about. It's like something is pressing against your hand. Something that all of us feel all the time. It's almost like gravity. And so you meticulously pick up your shadow and you reattach every facet of its being to your being. You touch fingertip to fingertip, palm to palm, soul to soul, leg to leg, head to head. You reattach yourself to yourself, and your one life curse is no longer in effect. You have regained your soul. You can now be resurrected.
Let's go.
Finally.
You're very lucky you did not die in the interim.
Yeah, I mean that would
Oh
be
God,
what I'd gone.
I'd completely forgotten about that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, yeah, so we have Revivify now, but
No, even with Revivify, it wouldn't have worked. Absolutely.
So this
Because
process
my
would have
soul,
taken
yeah.
us probably close to the end of the rope trick. So the spell is beginning to dissipate as Redmond stands before you. A new man, having
Absolutely.
forgiven himself and chosen to hope.
I just needed a
The-
few friends along the way.
Like an air
Okay.
traffic controller.
The spell's about to end. We should leave before we go plummeting down and share with Miller's fates.
You're right. You're right. This was good. I'm glad to see you alive, Diana. We both are.
Yeah, it was. She just touches her neck. It was an experience.
Absolutely. You'd have to tell us about the campfire. Hopefully, nothing too gnarly. But first, we have to say
Well,
something else
I
as
wasn't conscious for most of it.
Goodness.
Okay.
And I'll
Um,
exit then. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, as we both leave, Anna just takes one last look at the full moon or the illusion of it, and then he swings back onto the stairwell.
You are filled with a sense of determination at the sight, and then you can hop out back into the stairwell. You have solved my South Tower puzzle.
That was
Oh.
good. I
Good
liked
job,
it.
folks. You chose
We
the most
need to-
unconventional way to have that fight, so I'm impressed.
Absolutely.
We need to find the coffin before she gets up.
What you making here?
That's-
It will take a couple hours.
I can play for another half hour if everybody else would like to,
Yeah,
since we started a half
so-
hour late.
Yeah.
I mean, don't we want to save Irina first?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
wanna. I'm assuming she lives in this tower. Is my thought process.
I think being reunited in Irina would be a wonderful ending point.
Yeah. Let's
Alright.
let's carry on going up, and if we see the coffin, that's like an incidental thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You climb for another half hour, roughly, up the remaining 150-ish feet of this tower. It is more or less featureless. You see, now that you're aware of the cracks in the central shaft, you can see that there are many entrances and egresses from here for a shape changer. But as you ascend, you're spiraling around and around. Eventually, you come to the tippy top, and this is area 59. I'm gonna flip there real quick. Fucking 87 entries in the
It
chapter
is
for
so
Nice.
ridiculous.
Ravenloft.
Like, you could make a whole book just with Ravenloft
Yeah.
itself. Which I guess they have.
Yeah.
Kinda.
A lot of versions of the game. You can do a speed run of Curse of Strahd just in the castle itself. There
Make
are
it like a mega dungeon.
Yeah, you do alternatives for all of the icon locations or the artifact locations, so they're all within the castle. Okay, so we are on area 9. So the spiral staircase finally ends with a 5-foot tall stone walkway that encircles the shaft. In the center of the tower's highest floor, a 15-foot diameter hole drops down to the cold heart of Ravenloft itself. Cold air rushes up and out of the shaft, sending a chill through you. The room up here is bare and unadorned. I altered this. There's a wall at the end of this passageway.
Just a wall.
Yes. Sorry. I
It's
completely
fine.
forgot about that. This is the problem with modifying modules. You can't just read what's in front of you.
First now. Sorry,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, so you reach the top of the spiral staircase, and you see there is a wall that has been hastily erected. It's the same sort of situation as down below. This is another wall that has been erected at the end of this staircase. How would you like to disable this wall?
Volk. I look at Volk.
My pleasure.
like to
And I'm because I'm out of wild shapes. I'm going to turn into what is something with
You can turn
I
into a
intelligent.
T-Rex.
Giant ape.
I think I'm gonna go with an ape because an ape is big and strong and also intelligent.
Okay.
Because that's important for this one.
Absolutely. Would I be able to assist Volk in the sense of I'm a big strong man and I have armor, and I feel like 20 years younger now.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Like you have a soul.
like I have a
Yeah.
soul now.
So if you have tools, I will say this is going to be a good way to go. The ape won't really be able to get through the brick wall any better than anybody else. Their strength is more in tensile strength than it is like hitting strength.
Yeah.
But with the
They
two
have
of you with tools, you would absolutely be able to yank this down.
We have the adventurous packs,
If
right?
the ape can get some leverage, the ape would be able to rip it open pretty easily. Yeah, you have adventurous packs. So you do. You dismantle the wall bit by bit by bit. The room you see beyond, it is a bare bones stone room. The one side, the far side of this room, there's a window. There are shards of glass in this window that are ancient, like centuries old. They have been hastily covered up with boards, but those boards are loose and coming off in places. A cold air rushes into the room. The only other thing in this room up here is a single cot in one corner with straw all over it. And there's a little tray of food next to it. There's a piece of bread and some hard cheese. Other than that, you don't see anybody up here as you ascend into the high tower.
Question, because I think I know where this is.
Yeah.
Is this the window that the original Tatiana jumped out of when she saw Strahd killing his brother?
You would recognize this as indeed the tower that Tatiana jumped out of way back in the day.
I would just go to the boarded up window and just look at it with this weird feeling, because when Tatiana got this, when Irina got this revelation, she was bounded with me, so I guess I would have had the same weird feelings and emotions flooding into me. So just look there with weird regret and sadness.
So as you approach the window and peer through it, the rest of you, you see a shadow move about in the rafters above Rory's head. And then all of a sudden, dropping down on Rory, this will be bludgeoning, by the way, not piercing. Rory, I need you to make a dex save.
Let's go.
Youch.
Am I getting smacked
That's
by
an 11.
Irina?
So Irina comes down on you with a length of board that she's pried off of the window, but you're able to hear her dropping, and so you dodge. You can dodge out of the way if you choose.
I would like to. I'm guessing I would have noticed her considering my ridiculous perception.
Yeah.
I would like to turn around, give her the warmest smile I can muster, and then just try to, like, catch her in my arms.
She sees you doing this and she backs away, holding the board up. She says, "You're not her. You're not her. You're not them. None of you are. I don't know what sort of trick this is, Strahd, but you're not going to trick me."
Hey, it's us. Look, I'll say something self-deprecating. Rory will not say something mean, and that's how we show. It's good to see you, Irina. I know you don't believe us, but it's good to see you nonetheless.
She is extremely disheveled. Her red hair is tousled and tangled. She has been stripped of all of her armor and equipment. She is wearing simple noble wear. Other than the wooden board in her hands, she is unarmed. So she is just backing away from all of you, looking frantically between you all. And she says, "None of you are real. None of you are real. Go."
How
So-
do we reveal?
Question, by the way. Preacher never met her, did he?
Nope.
Okay. So, he looks at her. Listen, if the lord of this castle so wanted to do any harm to you, directly, indirectly, psychologically or physically, I think he would have used something else than just copies of your companions.
You would say that, you would think that, but I've seen a lot of things up here. I even tried jumping out that window. The bastard caught me. Threw me back in here without a word.
My dear, you already jumped out of that window in a bomb alive.
I know.
Well,
Also,
Well-
Redmond, what's the pun? I can't believe you would do a pun.
I'll whisper into your ear, and it's mixed with giggles, obviously. It's- You know, when I look at you now, I no longer see a shadow in a lit room. Instead, I see a light so bright it is blinding and beautiful, but you cannot turn away. I think maybe you should show Irina a bit of that light. I.e., please cast sunlight, if you can, please.
Irina will continue speaking. She says, I've seen things. You're not the first Rory to come here, and you're not the first Rory to be all fucked up. And the rest of you, I've seen you too. Every one of you. You've come, you've gone, you've tempted me, you've tried to convince me. I will not be moved. If Rory is really gone, then I will live the rest of my life alone. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know how to feel about any of this. But knowing Rory, knowing that she's out there, or that she was out there, I know who I am. I know what I want. I want Rory. I want to be with Rory as long as Rory wants to be with me. I want to be happy. I want to have a little farm. I want to raise little children and stupid little cats that are so dumb they can't even catch the mice that live in our barn. And I want to have a very old dog that sits on the porch.
That's
and
disrespectful to cats.
Oh. I can't believe you're dropping all of the things that we talked about.
and she begins breaking down, and she kneels on the ground crying, and she says, I have lived so many lives. I don't remember. I don't remember all I've done. I don't remember who I've loved. I don't remember who I care about, and I don't think it matters. Do you hear me, Strahd? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I said to you in some other life, at some other time. It doesn't matter what I said to you when you came to my window, when you tormented my father to death. It doesn't matter, because I don't love you now, and I will never love you. I love Rory, and as long as Rory loves me back, I will continue to love Rory. And if Rory is dead, if Rory doesn't love me anymore, then I will move on, and I will live my own life for my own ends, but I will never, never, never be someone's salvation. That is not who I am.
Yeah. Congratulations, Rory is like
Yeah.
straight up.
Hey, Terry, I'm in the middle of the game. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's all good. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So, hello.
Yeah.
When Irina was starting to talk about like the farm life and stuff, which I'm guessing they would have talked about that this is what they would like to have.
Yeah.
She's like very visibly shaken and like just barely holding back tears. And then once she does her whole
I'm busy at the moment, sorry. Yeah, she's asleep. Sorry.
no worries. And when Irina does the whole thing about Strahd not loving him and loving Rory, she's just straight up gonna break down. And just gonna cry
Are you
her eyes
both
out.
breaking
she-
down next to each other?
And she's just Irina. And then just tries to go for her and tries to hug her.
Yeah, at this point, Irina is too upset. She will just hug Rory back, and she will just through tears, ugly cry. She will be saying, "I looked for you. I waited for you. Where were you, Rory? Where the fuck were you?"
I was lost. I couldn't. It doesn't matter. I'm here now.
You told me one time that if you ever strayed, you wanted me to kill you. And I made you promise that if I was ever caught, and if it was too late for me, that you would kill me too. This is a stupid promise. It's a stupid promise, Rory. And she's going to pull away and look you in the face, and she's going to say, I will never give up. I don't care. I don't care what you've done. I don't care how you fucked up. As long as you want to be with me, I will make it work, and I will never, ever sacrifice you.
You forgot the children when you were mentioning our farm.
No, I didn't.
Wait, did she or did she not?
Yeah, she did.
Did you not?
Yeah.
I think you did.
3 little drow girls. Just like
And
we
they
talked
all
about.
named Diana.
Can I wrap my ape arms around both of you guys?
Yeah. Do we want to resolve into a hug, or I think with that Irina and Rory will probably begin laughing and then kiss each other, and then the moment is open for a group hug.
Yeah, then even Marina will be like, okay, yeah, well, Strahd would be too fucking stupid to manage this.
Yeah.
She's also
Yeah.
very openly carrying the holy symbol of
Yeah.
Ravenkind.
Yeah. So a big group hug happens, and as in the middle of the group hug, Irina is going to say, the one thing he could never understand was this: actual love, actually caring enough about somebody to give up something about yourself. That's how I know you're real. Strahd can never make somebody. No, Strahd can never make any illusions that would give up. That would give in.
Also, fun fact, he's a terrible lover.
Oh, Rory,
Just for
you
concept.
didn't.
I didn't. The other me did. I mean,
Oh, what the fuck?
She shakes her head.
Right. And she's just going to turn around and point at her shadow. That got kind of figured out. We came to an agreement. Kind of forgave ourselves and started loving ourselves. So, this is a bit awkward.
She's
But
gonna.
we will have enough time to talk when we are out of here.
Yeah, she's gonna put her arm or her hand on your cheek, and she's gonna turn your face to her, and she's gonna say, Rory, I prayed for that. I'm so proud of you.
And look, I don't even look like a vampire anymore.
I can see
But
that.
the fangs are gone, and all the good stuff.
The
I
rest
don't
of
even
you,
have the evil symbol on my hand anymore.
yes. The rest of you, you look so strong, and I don't know you, man, lizard man.
Just preacher. I'm a traveling preacher, you could say.
A cleric in these lands.
He's fun. I like him.
He's a bit weird. He's not quite a cleric, my dear.
Oh,
Um,
well, I am Irina Kolyana. I guess Strahd's reincarnated bride, or coveted
You are
bride.
his son.
right, my dear. You were never his bride.
No. Well, maybe? I don't know. It's a
From
lot
the
of
ones that I've
lives.
seen, no, not really. Although he got
Well.
close one time.
Well, Irina Kuliana, if your reincarnation brings you such pain, then rejoice. We are here to break the cycle.
I suppose that is comforting, to know that I will no longer have to be reborn. How is the plan? How is it going? Have you made any progress? And then I suppose we can zoom in on the window as you montage your way through the last events and catch Irina up. Additionally, Irina will tell you when she arrived here that nasty little wretch, Cyrus, stripped her of all her goods and leered at her quite uncomfortably. But then a gentleman named Escher, who was a vampire, but he was at least polite about it. He was very gay. Dressed her in these nobleman's robes, and then Strahd took her and teleported her up here. And she's been left up here for a week now?
I think
been a
it's
while.
been 6 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
almost a
it's-
week.
It has been.
It was we were stuck for 3 days. I think we rested, and then the next day we got the thing that the
We
wedding.
got the 3 days until the wedding thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you were 3
It's been
days
about
in
6
you were 3 days in the loot, and then it's been 3 days since you got the premonition from Rory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she will tell you that she was stripped of all of her equipment. She has no idea where it is. Additionally, day number 4, she attempted to throw herself out the window, to no avail. Day number 3, so her first plan, Cyrus was being teleported in to bring her food. She beat the crap out of Cyrus the one day, broke his leg, and used his teleport to get back out. They eventually tracked her down and caught her and put her back, at which point Strahd was sending the food through without Cyrus, so she was just getting the food, no way back out. She got desperate enough 2 days ago to jump out the window. Strahd caught her and threw her back in here. So she has just been on the edge of desperation. She is so happy to see you. She stinks horribly because there's no shower up here. But she's very happy to see you, very happy to get back to the adventure. I will have to fix her character sheet to reflect where she is now, but she is currently the same level she was when you left her. So the equivalent of a level 6 character.
About how, so we're up at the top of a tower. About how high would you say that Ravenloft is?
The
Like,
high
how tall
tower,
is it?
this is the highest
castle.
tower in the castle. So the
Yeah.
spot you're at right now is about 429 feet from the
Cool.
ground floor of Ravenloft, and then it's another 300 feet to the very base of the cliff where the village of Barovia is. So when Tatiana jumped, she fell, almost 800 feet.
Ooh.
So I could locate an object in the village
You could.
if I
What,
really
what
wanted
would you
to.
like to do?
I don't
your
want
look
to
at object?
cast the spell at this exact moment, but
Okay.
that is the thing that I would like to know, because that means that if there's an object in the castle that we want to find, I can find it.
Yeah.
So from this point, the entire castle would be within a mile radius of you.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
Like
if you were
1,000
lower
feet.
too, but
Lovely. So once we get out of here, I can locate object on her stuff. It's something specific. I
Alright.
will share that telepathically, and I'm like, I should probably drop the ape form, shouldn't I?
Beautiful.
And I am, I think, just pure Volk.
Okay. Irina will hug you very hard and hug all of you very hard, and she's very clingy right now.
My dear, you smell terribly.
Thank you. You are you are oddly symmetrical. I like it. It
Symmetrical.
suits you.
And I just look at my wings like, what are you talking about?
I was being sarcastic.
I feel like I've lost
Oh.
my edge with you. It only took a week. I'm surprised.
Volk casts Druidcraft to make the smell of
Flowers?
lavender or something.
That works.
So, prestidigitation can clear something, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Can clean something.
You can
yeah.
absolutely give Irina a magic
I
shower.
sadly don't have it. I only have thaumaturgy.
I have prestidigitation. So yeah.
There, you have solved
will
my
help you.
showerless
Stinky
puzzle.
Irina.
Stinky Irina
Yeah.
puzzle.
Oh, Irina, something happened. I haven't even told you about this yet. And then I will
What?
just cast light on a random object. I think I'm different now. Like, I can cast magic. And
That's a,
I don't mean like small magic, like it's just a cantrip. I can like proper things. I can
that is amazing.
like ward creatures of death. And I can remove curses. I did it with Redmond. He finally doesn't have the stabby curse anymore. That's good.
That's amazing. You have your shadow back, Redmond.
I do. It's been a long time coming, and it feels very good.
Getting shadow back is currently 50% off. It's a really good deal.
I
Buy
I
one,
can't-
get one free.
I can't express how happy I am. But what are we doing next? What's the plan? You got
Yeah,
me.
I think
What are we
for
doing now?
the next step is the Skull of Ardenbost, and then Shad's Heart in the North Tower.
Wait, where's Celina?
Yeah, about that. She kind of managed to die a second time, and I think this time she's really gone.
She's gone for good this time. It was a reanimated tree at Yesterhill.
Oh. Oh.
She managed to sanctify the whole area though, so whatever Strahd is gonna try to do with the winery that gives the people a little bit of hope that they can have, he will not be able to interfere with that for now.
Oh. That's
good.
that is very good. I never got to tell her how cool she was.
She was a bit cold at times, but I feel like that might just be from the place where she came.
No, cool. As in like badass.
I know what you mean, my dear.
I'm sorry, I've been talking to myself for 6
And
days.
just give her this, holding her in one arm and squeeze her a bit.
I liked her. I'm glad
She
I
was
got to
cool.
know her while she was here.
We'll miss her.
She was a good person.
So, we're going to get the skull of the dragon and what? Just leave? I can't imagine Strahd is happy that you are here right now.
I'm surprised he hasn't kicked us out yet. I'm surprised that he hasn't appeared yet. Oh, we kinda killed Ludmilla, so she might be a bit angry.
We need to destroy one of the anchors of his divinity in the North Tower, and then we believe in order to fully root out Strahd from this land, we need to commune with the powers of the Amber Temple.
Wait, you want to go into... No. Okay, you don't go into the North Tower.
What
No.
is in the North Tower?
You don't go into the North Tower. That's where Valenta is. And
What
she
is-
actually, Rory, like for the first time this day, Rory actually looks scared.
Who is
Just
Valenta?
trust me, you don't want to be there, no matter what. You don't go into Valenta's wing of the castle.
With that, Rory, you can bring people to the window and you can look down. About 100 feet below you, there's a little crosswalk between the two towers, and where that crosswalk, that very precariously thin bridge of stone, reaches the other tower, there's a wide open entry there. The entry is just emanating red light, and you can see skittering about. It's hard to spot, but if you're just looking down for a minute, you can see there are little figures. They look vaguely like spiders, just sort of shambling about the bridge below.
Those are not spiders, my friends.
Why don't you want to go into the North Wing? What's so bad about the person living there?
She's creepy.
I never met them, but Cyrus told me that there is a little girl over there, Strahd's bride. He said that she likes to hurt people, and he wanted me to go over there and be hurt by her. So I'm not going over there unless it's really important. What is the red light?
It says it, it is one of Strahd's anchors to divinity. It gives him power. We destroyed one already at Yester Hill, the one that's gave him his divine casting. This one gives him his vitality and endurance. The only one left after this would be his sword, so he would be quite a bit easier to kill if we were to destroy it.
Well, it would be good to weaken him. I certainly would like to. Well, I would like to get my mace back, and I would like to bury it in his face. And that would be easier if he was less hardy.
What?
Do you think we're ready?
What? We can get the skull, and then we can rest in the chapel. It will give us more power than normal thanks to Toatl's statuette. I think after that we will be ready.
Yes, I think that could be a good idea.
Alright. Anybody have a spare weapon?
I have a
What do you want me
short
to do?
sword.
Well, I do like stabbing things.
I
I also like crushing things.
That's
I
not
also
very
like slashing things.
You like
I
a
have
lot of things.
dagger. I have rapier. I've got a hand crossbow. I've got a short bow. Actually, technically, these are yours, Rory.
You can
Is the
keep them,
rapier
my dear.
silver?
And I would hand Irina my trusty silvered rapier.
Okay.
Take good care of it, my dear. I mean, I don't need it at the moment. And I know it's in better hands with you anyway.
I will. I will make sure and kill lots of these undead bastards with it. I think it's time. I think it's time to send these people to their final resting place, so that the light of a new dawn can finally crest over the hill, and we can move on to better things.
There is a lot of work to do when you have a farm, so the more time you have, really, the better. Question. I know this is not something that actually works in the game, but poor Irina is currently a paladin without a holy symbol.
Yes.
I also only have the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which I kind of need
Yes.
because otherwise I can't cast spells.
I
Um,
can give a holy symbol. I have a holy symbol.
Okay.
That might not quite be the right goddess.
Does anyone
It's
have
still
an
a holy
extra
symbol.
shield?
I wanted to ask if I can make a makeshift holy symbol, like carve it out of wood from like one of my crossbow bolts,
You
and
can
then
carve,
bless it.
I
with the
can
blessing of
carve a holy
Lathander.
symbol for armor. if
I'm gonna
Arthur is
have to
necessary.
look up the mechanics on holy symbols, because I think they're supposed to be consecrated, right? Because just a reliquary.
Usually at an altar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my
So-
question would be if I could do that as a level 8 cleric.
I think
instead
so.
Of having an extra
I
altar.
think you would need an actual altar with which to pray. I don't think you can just do it innately.
Yeah.
And
It was
we
more
do
the
not
question
have-
of if we can have it flavor-wise.
Yeah. We can talk about her equipment later. Between sessions. I think since we are 5 minutes from the end, I think Irina's last words are she's going to look down at the red light emanating from the north tower, and she's going to say, no matter how terrifying the creatures of the night, no matter how terrifying the demons in our own souls, no matter what evils we face, we can face them together. Apart, it doesn't matter. Better together, but the point is, we are heroes, my friends. We aren't the sort of people who sit around and let other people die and just hope they don't come for us. We aren't the sort of people to just passively participate in an electoral system that doesn't help anybody at all, really. We are people of action. And together, we can free these people. We can bring a new dawn. So, I think, if it's not too presumptuous, I say we go fucking kill this little vampire child bitch and make the dawn crest. To a new dawn.
My dear, language.
To a new dawn?
I
If
Doing
Jimmy
it
died,
down.
join in.
I give her. I pinch her cheek a bit.
She laughs and blushes. And I think that'll be the end of the session, unless anybody has anything pressing.
Question: is there a mirror in this room whatsoever?
No.
Sad.
No, this room is completely unadorned. Strahd's captured a few Tatianas. He knows that they will do anything to get out, so he's
He doesn't give them anything.
no.
You realise that's like the third Tiana.
As few ways to escape as possible, whether by death or jumping.
Could have at least chosen a room that doesn't have a window.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah.
that window is a long time before she hits the ground, so he has time to catch her.
I guess that's fine. Makes sense.
Okay, gang.
I missed you, my dear.
Yeah. I'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next
I'll-
week.
I'll
See ya.
pop up
Bye,
my-
everybody.